What's up, everybody? Welcome to your pre-show. I'm putting up a poll. Oh, you only do 4 responses on a poll?
Yep.
That sucks.
Yep. I feel like that's enough.
Follow it up with another tweet and put more responses there.
Or do you think this?
You have to add them all up. That's nonsense, guys. Come on.
Yeah, it's like a lot of work.
Percentage points.
So I'm trying to figure out this whole push notification thing because right now we're on the edge of our seats any day now, waiting for Avengers Endgame tickets. So I did the thing on the desktop for the AMC app where I set it to remind and stuff. And I looked today to see if there was like an update to the AMC mobile app. No update because iOS users are having a problem where if you try to set push notifications for AMC stubs, it's like you don't have you have that setting turned off, and then you go to the settings and it's turned on, and it's a whole thing.
Kev, so that's a question for you, Mr. Android user. Can you go to the AMC app?
What's up, dude?
Android.
And then try to enable push notifications for a reminder.
Android, can you do your push notifications, Android?
And then I was trying to even go through Gmail of try to how can I I wish I could set like one specific email to like whenever that email account emails me, that account gets a push notification. It's either everything or like nothing.
Unless you just change your email for your AMC account, so it's its own
and that's
email.
the only email you're getting.
These are the lengths we're going to have to go to. I was telling Joey Barrett earlier that I followed the Russo Brothers and Marvel Studios on Twitter, and I set it so that anytime they tweet, I get notified.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's where it's going to break first.
I think that'll be the next
it'll be
step
whatever. They'll drop a trailer probably, right?
I think we're done with trailers.
Okay.
I don't think I want any more trailers.
Oh, no, I don't want them.
They usually do a trailer for tickets.
They
so
do.
I feel like it'll be along with
What else are you
with
going to show us?
It's weird they just dropped the trailer a couple weeks ago or last week.
Nothing.
Like, do the
nothing
math
happened.
on the timing, right? Like, it would have been then.
Yeah.
So
Is
I don't
that
know.
coffee or Coke? Coffee.
I thought it was
everything.
gonna be both.
Who can it be now? Kevin and P.
I'm staying in front of you and your family. I got it. It's a hard one today.
Yeah, we'll get there.
We're up against the wall.
We were this weekend. Yeah, we were singing the Kevin on Peeing song, and then we had to put it on the Echo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good stuff.
I'm glad to know that I get stuck in your head like a piece of old gum.
Totally, it was in Jen's head. She's the one who brought it out.
God.
Kevin.
Remember when Nick referred to himself as an old Italian boy?
I love that.
It's fair.
Just an old Italian boy.
Yeah.
Roll Tuscany.
Call a spade is what I say. You know what I mean? That's how it is. That's how it is. That's how it's gonna roll. That's how it's gonna roll. Yeah, all right. Weird.
Yeah, what's up with the chat?
Who can it be knocking at your door? Looks like everybody's still reacting to the Sony stuff.
Yeah.
So how was the Sony thing? Any
cool.
fun announcements?
Iron Man VR.
There's an Iron Man VR game coming. You love Iron Man.
Exactly.
No? You're not gonna do that one?
You guys super jacked about that?
I mean, I like PlayStation VR a lot. There's a lot of
That's
cool
fair. Gameplay
PlayStation VR
looks kinda
stuff.
lame, though.
Yeah, the gameplay looks. I'm gonna need. Here's the gameplay for me. I don't think looks great, but it's Camouflage, who I trust from Republic.
Gotcha.
In the of course he worked on.
Why
Ryan
do you
worked
gotta
on.
fucking say it all fancy?
Because that's how they spelled it. They spelled
Why
it
you gotta
fancy.
say it fancy? It's
And then
Republic.
Ryan worked
Spelled
on
fancy.
Peace Walker 2, of course, my favorite Metal Gear of all time.
Gotcha.
So yeah, it did look basic, but also I don't know what will it know until I'm in it. You know what I mean? And then they got Blood and Truth got a release date. Then they showed a new Days Gone thing. Falcon Age got a release date.
You would have really liked the Mortal Kombat trailer.
That's fun.
They
It was
played
dope.
check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Oh, that's fun. Did they play it at 800 decibels louder than everything else?
No.
Missed opportunity. That's all I'm going to say. It would have been amazing if
This
everything's
time
really,
they did okay.
If everything's really quiet, it was just one long 45-minute long troll, and then at the very end, it was just Mortal Kombat. You're like, fuck it. And Boone just comes out of your fucking TV and punches you in the face.
Nanobiologist
Play
said
this
the rumor
game.
is April 2nd for tickets dropping for Avengers Endgame, which makes me even more nervous because you and I are both on call for jury duty starting April 2nd, and it's fucking stressing me out.
Don't worry. If I see Avengers Endgame before you, I'll live tweet you everything.
Oh, there's
that's
not
happening.
a chance that that's happening.
I'll live. Oh, challenge accepted.
Oh my god!
No.
Because now he's actually going to do the 7 p.m.
There you go.
Now more than ever, I'll angle to get Nick to see the premiere of Avengers Endgame.
Let's go.
Oh, God.
What would you do if it cut to whenever the fuck it was, like a month from now ish? No, less than that. Whatever, it doesn't matter. April 2nd? Is that what it is?
God, April 25th, bud. Don't.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. What would you do if April 25th rolls around and you just see it, but like, where's Nick? He hasn't been in the office all week. And then it's just a picture of me and Chris Hemsworth at the premiere together, just hanging out.
That'd be cool.
Doing gross things with Mjolnir.
Jesus.
Mjolnir. You know how you do it. You'd put it out as if it's your dick, and then he'd be like touching it because he's cool.
I make him put it in his mouth.
Chris Hemsworth's cool.
Chris Hemsworth
Yes.
is a Japanese.
Sorry, I couldn't know you couldn't hear me. Sorry, I'll say it louder next time. Chris Hemsworth, cool dude. God damn it, Nick. Now somebody else said in there. Yeah, B labia. B labetta says, damn, that iced coffee looks really good all of a sudden. I agree. I got to go get an iced coffee. I'll be back.
This is the iced coffee from this morning, by the way. I want to know.
I'm going to take one of the little bottles
one
of
you
iced
brought me.
coffee.
Wow.
Go for it.
But I'm going to bring
Pour it on
in.
ice.
I'm going to then bring in one of the bottles of iced coffee you left at the shoot at my house for cooking with Greggy. Who can it be knocking at my door?
It's Kevin P.
What do you guys think? What do you guys think Kevin's like when no one sees him?
I
what does
don't
he
want to
do?
think
Very
about that.
similar.
What does he do?
Just less clothed.
You think
Yeah.
does he get super naked at home? Is
I
Kevin's home
imagine he's
nudity home?
super naked.
Is he still over there? I can't see.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Kevin, do you wait? How
Super
long
naked.
do you wait until you get to your house? Do you immediately take off your clothes?
Not very long.
How long until the pants come off?
Oh, those right away.
I like to get in jams as soon as possible.
Me too. I'm in, especially recently.
This whole
these
belt
MeUndies
tight shit. I'm
lounge
gaining
pants.
a little weight these days, and you
Same.
know what? Fuck the belt. That's all I say.
Fuck the
Hashtag
belt,
fuck the
dude.
belt.
What's the belt? Yeah.
Fuck that last belt loop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't
yeah.
need it.
Mr. Yasman 300 in the chat says, Tim, did you check if the wine Andrea gave you doesn't contain laxatives?
I did not.
Just
I
have
will
Kevin drink it
report
all.
later
Yeah.
on whether or
Why,
not
babe?
she laxed me up.
Because I think it'd be funny if it was you, and I also think it'd be hard to tell if we had Kevin drink a lot of wine, if he's pooping because of all of the wine or just because of laxatives.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Was wine make Kevin poop?
I just feel like a lot
think-
of different
No, it
mixed
doesn't.
wines all together would make someone shit their
definitely
pants.
gives a little
No,
grumble
no,
and
no,
tumble.
Now, here's a question.
Fuck.
Do you believe this thing that coffee makes people poop? Or, and just hear me out before you all say yes, or is it just that people's bodies poop in the morning?
condition.
And so you're just awake. I poop, I wake up, and maybe it's not immediate, but like definitely in that first 30 minutes, I'm pooping generally. Once I get my day started, right? And I feel like if people don't have that exact schedule and then they go drink their coffee and they're like, oh, now I gotta poop. Like it's just in your head.
Yeah.
Similar to how if I get a chill at the grocery store, I gotta shit, you know?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
exactly like that.
I don't poop in the morning,
Rain
but I
hits
do
you,
drink a lot
cry.
of coffee.
What was the other one? There was one. When rain hits your face, you cry. There's something
That
else.
is not a real one, but I
There
wish it
something
was.
where it's like when you feel mist on your face, you have to like
No,
immediately go home and
I gotta-
cry. Something like that.
That's like such a classic, Nick. Listen to half the story.
I can't remember.
At the
I know it was
supermarket, if
cold.
I get a chill, if I get a spray, like
No,
while they were spraying the
okay,
veggies.
that's what it was. I swear to God, I could have sworn you were like,
Rain hits
you
your
walk
face.
40 sometimes and the mist hits your face. You go, nope, and you got to pick them up and run back to your house with your butt cheeks
That's
like
a
pinks.
God damn it.
I listen sometimes.
Sometimes.
Proud of you.
Only at the
Proud of you.
important parts.
Nanobiologist, coffee absolutely makes me poop. I'm fine. Then right afterwards, I take a sip of coffee. I need to poop. That's in your head, man. It's
I don't
like
think
the
so. I
mist
think
with
coffee,
me,
well,
man.
coffee they say coffee is a diuretic.
So it makes you pee.
So no, that means it makes you digest faster.
Well, it's my understanding that caffeine.
What?
And I don't know about this, Kevin. I might be shooting from the hip completely here.
Science with Kev.
So I've had it
Kevin.
explained to
It
me
for
that
sure
caffeine
makes you pee.
draws water out of you, and can
Yeah, that's
from your intestines, it'll draw it into your intestines, basically.
Gotcha.
And like, I don't know what that does to the poop, but I guess it gets it lubricated up to get to shoot out of the portal.
Yeah, let's go.
All I know is I don't know what it is. Maybe it's I've trained my brain, but I will wake up. I'll be totally fine. I'll have one cup of coffee. I'll be about 3/4 of the way through. I'll put it down and just get up. I have to leave. Now, my wife has told me under no circumstances does she need to know that it's poop time. But I'll
Really?
announce it. Oh, I announce it.
Your wife and I are your wife and my wife, very different wives.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Jen's obsessed with poop.
Well, my wife's also like, hey, maybe you don't have to keep the door open all the time. We don't whatever conversation we're having on a Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Probably not worth.
The policy doesn't need
continuing.
to
Just
come home
Pause
with
it.
you.
Yeah, exactly.
The open door bathroom policy.
I like to be a part of her life, though.
Diuretic. A diuretic is any substance that promotes diuresis, the increased production of urine.
Huh.
Gotcha.
Fuck you, Greg.
Here's my next question for Science with Kev. How is it that I literally take a bite of the asparagus and then if I went to pee at that moment, it would smell like asparagus?
It's in your head.
It cuts the. Fuck you.
Look up if coffee makes you poop though.
It's in your head.
No, no,
Make
it
Beta
for sure
in the
makes
chat
you
says
pee.
coffee is the Nas for poop.
But what I'm asking is, does it help make you poop?
I don't think so.
Google it.
It's an acid. Maybe it helps break down shit, but
We could Google it.
You
I'm
can do
doing
it
it right
no
now,
more.
Nick.
Who can it be
I don't like when
now?
he gets that tone with me.
It's that
It's
Monday.
Kevin's on
It's
the
that
edge
Monday
today.
movie. Yeah.
I don't know what happened to him over the weekend, but he's on the fucking
Not a
edge
long
today.
enough weekend, I would say.
I agree with that. Literally,
Yeah.
Sunday morning, I was like, fucking really?
I know.
It took
Contraction
forever to
from
get
all
here,
push-ups
and now it's over?
Yep.
I gotta go fucking talk to Tim?
Caffeine makes the colon 60% more
I love you, Tim.
I
active
hate
than
me.
water and 63% more active than decaf. However, what does that mean active, Kevin? Does your ball, it could just move things around?
yeah, maybe it was pushing stuff, things more ready.
Click
to
on the
absorb.
health line. Why does coffee make you poop? Question mark.
Say poop again?
Nick, have you noticed that you've started using the Chris Evans voice, like just
For
casually?
everything.
Do
Just,
I?
like right
Yeah,
now, you read a
boy.
line and part of it was in the voice.
I think that's just my voice, guys.
No, it's just saying your voice is changing.
Listen, I think I broke a long time ago, and I just
Can be
never
done.
bothered to pick the pieces up.
Yeah.
You ever feel that way?
Oh, yeah.
Or
I
just
picked them up
there's
for
no
you, don't
going
worry.
back.
This is who
There's
you
just
are
no
now.
going back.
Yeah.
I'm Chris Evans.
Chris Evans.
I'm
Caffeine
Britney
is a
Spears.
stimulant that helps you stay alert.
It
Oh,
sounds
thanks.
like bullshit.
What makes me
guys.
poop is American tea.
Push content toward.
So
okay.
it's like
We
tea
should show that
where-
caffeine
Like
makes
sweet
with
tea or
milk
iced tea?
60% more
Oh,
active
that's
than water.
American tea?
23%
When milk and
What
water
does that mean
mix,
active though?
I don't know.
then I have an issue.
What is it? It's
Gotcha.
getting up and going for a walk? What does that mean? What's your colon doing that it's so active?
Milk in general makes me poop.
I can't drink milk anymore, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, it just fucks up
Is
my
that like an
stomach.
old thing? Like an old person thing?
No, I just think that you're not supposed to really drink milk past a certain age, and I think that age is supposed to be like 1.
Gosh.
No,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
not true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, fun story. I was 18. I was telling my mom, I was like, oh man, my like stomach's been hurting a lot. And she's like, oh, have you been drinking a lot of milk lately? I was like, yeah, I've been having cereal more regularly. She's like, oh yeah, you're lactose intolerant. And she knew my entire life and never thought to tell me until I turned 18.
Yeah, there's varying degrees of lactose intolerance from
How'd
what
you
I
not
understand.
figure that
Well,
out
how would
before
she
that?
know and you not know?
I don't
Because
know.
one day when he was
But
a
she
kid,
knew.
he ate some milk and his stomach turned so badly she had to pick him up off the ground and put him in the bed. She was like,
It's
you know
like
what?
a cow. It's like a cow and their stomachs flip.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Remember how you?
I don't remember that now. I don't remember that part.
I was gonna say fucking city slickers. That's what I was gonna say. Remember we had
Mr.
to
Yasmin
reach in the
says-
cow's ass.
Tim, thoughts on Apple TV? Honestly,
TV
like,
Plus.
TV Plus, all the shit they announced today, I am just baffled by. I just do not see any of this catching on
No.
at all.
The
You know
arcade
the credit
service
card,
thing.
the Apple
Yeah.
credit card is gonna be huge.
The Apple credit card, I was like, you motherfuckers literally have no products to announce, so you just announce a credit card? Like,
They're gonna
great.
make billions off that though.
It's
Yeah, they will.
insane,
Somehow.
man.
People
Do
will
they
drink
announce
Kool-Aid.
any new? What are the new iPads? What's the new iPad situation?
I don't think they announced those products. Like, the new iPads were like announced last week.
Yeah.
Are they cool? Do I need to get one?
No.
No.
You never need to get a new
Can
iPad.
I just get an
ever.
old one? Like an older? Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
No.
To be
You can.
careful, because the older ones no longer
Dirt-
get
dirt in
the
'em.
updates.
I don't mean older. I mean like, do I need to worry about the newest ones that just came out, or can I get the ones that came out like last year? Is that
Yeah.
okay?
The one I'm using is last year's, and I love it.
Can I have it?
No, I love it. What?
Can I have it?
No, I just bought it. I just bought it a little while
Give
ago.
it to me, you fucking
Just buy
psychopath.
the newest ones, dude. What's your problem?
It's not even for me. It's for the missus. She likes to read. She likes to read the texture app.
Laptop.
Cudney
She wants
makes
to-
a.
she likes to read
she
the
likes to
texture
read-
app?
Yeah, there's an app called Texture that is like it's a magazine delivery app. It
Well, so
basically gives
now-
you like 15 magazines or something like that.
Did you hear what this is? Now with Apple, they announced a subscription service for magazines. So $10 a month, you get like 8,000 magazines.
Do I get Rachel Ray every
I
day?
imagine. I think it's every magazine.
No, impossible.
Every magazine.
I'm gonna Google now.
That's cool.
Apple
Google it, Greg.
magazine.
Although recently my wife has been, we've been going back to the old school like paper magazines because we're like, why don't we go into a bookstore, just grab a cup of coffee, go to a bookstore, hang out. The paper magazines?
Yeah, no more than like 6 months ago when you canceled your.
Kevin, maybe you don't understand how marriage works, but there's no rules.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you see what I'm saying? Sometimes we can't have HBO, and then sometimes I come home and HBO is there for a year.
Yeah.
And I don't understand it, and I don't ask the question. I just go, oh, we have HBO now? Great. Cool.
Too real. Too
Is
real.
it real? Do you see what I'm saying?
Too real.
Everyone who's married knows what I'm talking about. You don't ask questions, guys. Look, there are certain things that are within my purview as the husband, and things that just stay the fuck out of this business. It's not your business.
Yeah.
Is this your business? Stay out.
Okay.
Man.
Yeah, I'm still trying to learn that.
Yeah, it's you know what? It's fun about it is the moving target. Yeah, the line is more like a rectangle that turns into a circle that morphs into a line that comes over here, and then you're suddenly not in it anymore. You're like morph. You know, it's fun. Part of being married is like, what's gonna happen today? Yeah. What's gonna happen today?
I'm not even married.
I don't like that they're busting my balls about
married.
this. Yeah. I come to the Apple News thing here, and it's like, try it for a month. No, just tell me the fucking click on a thing so I know how many what magazine.
Google the Rachel Ray Apple magazine. Just Google it.
The Rachel Ray Apple magazine.
Honestly, I love how Google works, where it's just like, I need to figure something out. What is every word that has anything to do with my thought right now? And you just put it in, and it figures it out, and you spell them all wrong too.
You know what the best thing is? When I'm looking up like movies, and I'll look up one actor in a movie, and then I'll delete it and type the first letter of the next actor in the movie, and it autofills it. And I'm like, Google fucking gets me, dude.
Man.
When the
Google's
machines take over, I think it's going to be a better world, Kevin. I think it's going to be a better world.
Put a
We've
chip
had
in
very
me.
long conversations about that. Like, frankly, we should just give in. You
Dude,
know?
if we're in simulation theory, let's go, man. Matrix, you know what I mean?
All right, I'm out
I
of
know
here.
what you mean.
Bye, pre-show.
Why are you afraid of the computers?
Andy, do you
Barrett?
want Barrett just
Kevin,
to
you're freaking me out.
Sad. You look sad, Mookie.
You look so tired.
What's wrong, man?
I'm just annoyed, man. I'm fucking annoyed with Adobe Premiere, dude.
The Dobes.
Oh my
Not treating you
god,
right.
it is just miserable. It's a miserable existence, man.
Hey, man.
No Rachel Ray, no Greggy Pay. That's
it.
what I say.
Oh!
All right. You gotta try to give me the bon appetit? Get
No
the
Ray,
fuck
no
out
pay.
of here. No
No
Ray, no
Ray, no
pay.
pay.
No Ray, no pay.
No,
What are you
no
talking
pay.
about?
Do they have American
Oh, Apple
cinematographers?
Stuff.
Probably. I got a bunch of garbage.
Control F American. Yeah, they probably don't. I think American cinematographers like not selling magazines anymore.
No.
They went out of business.
They announced an Apple magazine subscription thing.
$10 a month, right?
Yeah, it's got a bajillion things in here, but it doesn't have the things you want. You know,
Yeah.
Oh, now hold on. Now they can bring it back if they have Ricardo. Fuck, they have Ricardo.
What's Ricardo?
Ricardo
Sounds hot.
is a very attractive man who,
Sounds
of
like
course,
you pay him to fuck your wife or something like
Oh, shit, it does.
can I watch?
that. Yeah.
I've read on the
pay
internet
him.
that I'm a cuck. That's what it is, right?
Oh, you're definitely a guy.
No, Ricardo is the Canadian Rachel Ray.
Ah.
Cool.
He has a magazine in French and English. Anyways, Ricardo is on there.
Tim, I hit a part. I was like, I got nothing to add to that
If
conversation.
you would have said Spanish Rachel Ray or Ecuadorian Rachel Ray, I would have been
I'd buy
like,
it.
cool,
Yeah.
Ricardo, you know? like-
Ricardo.
yeah.
Oh, so you think
Puerto
that?
Riqueño.
Whoa.
Oh man, I like
Right?
when you speak Spanish. When you and Kevin
Colombiano.
here's the thing. When you and Kevin speak
Cubano.
Spanish,
I don't
like the
speak
other day we
Spanish.
went to
Kevin speaks Spanish.
jalapeno.
I don't speak Spanish.
We went to jalapeno, and Kevin fluently. We were ordering. The guy said something, and then Kevin answered in Spanish, and they started talking in Spanish, and then it came back like nothing happened. I was like, don't act like that's
awesome.
not a superpower.
It's awesome.
That's
Yeah.
a fucking superpower.
When
It's
Kevin
really
gets
impressive.
here and he doesn't know if I'm here yet, and he's just screaming at his mom in Spanish, I'm like, that's awesome. That's
does.
awesome.
It's awesome.
Because he's all, but he's got different syllables in there.
I'm so impressed by people that
It's my Kevin.
are multilingual. Like
It's
it blows
impressive.
my mind.
It's
Oh my God.
impressive. It's
Again,
having a superpower.
Y'all know I'm a huge
Yep.
fan of Overwatch League, and I watch
Totally.
them stream independently. Sometimes when they're like not on stage, they're like just streaming at home.
watching Sinatra?
and it's so crazy to watch. And it's so crazy to see like these Korean players that moved to America a year ago to play Overwatch and aren't super fluent, but like can respond and read questions and listen to and talk to chat and shit like that. It's really, it blows my mind.
I don't
man.
get it. I
impressive.
don't
I
trust
don't
him.
get it, especially because people say English is like the hardest language to learn.
Like if I had to speak Spanish, I would be like, hold on, and then I would conference
I guess
call
compared to
Kevin.
Spanish. Sorry.
What's that?
No, yeah,
English?
Kevin's right. Nobody says that English is the hardest to learn, but I'm comparing
one of
it
the
to
hardest languages,
I'm
isn't
comparing
it?
it to learning Spanish
That, like
first as
Chinese?
opposed to learning English. English has like a bunch of weird.
I'm right there with
terms
you.
and-
Where when I watch Jen do it, it's awesome. It's hot. You know what I mean? When she's doing all these business calls.
She speaks French, too.
I'm
French is like the
business
hottest language on the
and she's
planet.
going about it.
French is the hottest language. Italian, most angry language.
That me?
Sounding.
No,
Italians, they
wait.
always sound like they're
Have you heard
complaining.
Vietnamese? Have you heard
Oh my
Tagalog?
God.
Both of those. Jesus Christ.
Italian,
German,
let me back it
caps.
up. Italian sounds not angry. Excuse me. Italian sounds
It's
like you're complaining
Japanese
the
that,
entire
like,
time.
People sound furious. In
No,
Japanese.
no, Japanese, beautiful language.
Very
I didn't
furious.
say it was ugly.
It's very stern
Just,
language.
like
Stern
you get
sounding.
Very stern. He's right.
Sumimasen.
Spanish is beautiful,
Arigato
except,
gozaimasu.
but Spanish from where I'm from, the Valley, is not beautiful. It's very like
Give it to me.
the
Give me a piece.
term is like mexicle, Kevin. You've heard that term?
No, I haven't.
It's just like kind of like
So it's like Southern English.
kind of ghetto Tex-Mex, you know?
Sure.
How
Like,
far?
Hey, no mames, bro. Hey,
A lot of mouth
¿Quieres
sounds.
comer o qué? No mames, bro. It's a lot of that.
It's like the Budweiser "What's up" guy.
It's very similar, yeah. But it's weird that everybody in the Valley knows that sort of like that's just a common thing that
like Cool
everybody in
Greg
the
would,
valley
like,
knows.
get along with
It's
them.
really bizarre. It's
Well,
funny.
Cool Greg speaks like a universal language.
It's true.
He's like
cool,
you know
cool
what I
is
mean?
cool in every language.
He's like a universal translator in Star Trek, where like he just gets people. People like I would not put it past someone
vibe with
to
him.
walk up and speak Tagalog to Cool Greg, and he'd be like, yeah. But like
Yeah.
actually know what they're talking. Not know what like he's not getting the nuances of it, but he gets that
But
they
he's gonna
want
get
him
him
to
from
go
point
to
A to
X,
point
Y,
B.
Z, point B,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like
yeah,
watch a
yeah.
fight and then come back and eat a mango.
I always thought it was cool how in Firefly
We ate mangoes in the
everybody
fight.
speaks
That's
Chinese.
how that worked.
Wait,
like-
kind of got to stop you for one quick
What's
second.
up?
You had mangoes at the fight?
Yeah.
They were selling mangoes? Were they the mango on the stick with like the hot stuff on
No,
it?
I think we were supposed to put the hot
So
stuff.
many mangoes.
But what happened was, I think Kevin got mangoes. Someone else got mangoes. One of the other friends got mangoes, and Kevin was sitting behind me, and the other
holes
guy
are
was sitting in
from
front of me,
bees.
and they kept offering me mangoes, so I just kept grabbing giant slices of mangoes. and
So
eating
wait,
them.
yeah, it was. Did they have? Were they cutting the mangoes
Yeah, they're
up?
cut in a cup, and I think maybe they were supposed to put some sauce
It
on. but
sounds
I'm
like an
I'm
orgy,
eating
but just with mangoes. Like,
Mangoes.
we're just grabbing mangoes everywhere.
so many mangoes in my mouth.
I don't know whose mangoes are whose, but I was just putting them in
I'm
there.
just
I'll say
munching
this,
on
I know-
those mangoes, man.
I know we're probably going to talk about the fight, which is great. We should do that in the main episode. But like that Kezar Stadium needs to get their shit in order when it comes to selling
Jesus.
beverages.
The whole
It is
thing
a
is
fucking
disaster.
I'm like, Miggles came out. I was like, let's go get a beer. I was like, let's go get a beer. We go the line literally all the way on across the thing to where we were sitting. So we walked all the way over there and then walked the line. I was like, I don't want a beer this badly.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait longer than 5 minutes to get an overpriced beer at a venue, at an event.
Well,
venue.
it was. I want to talk about this
Big
too, so
issue.
we will. All right, but what I'll leave it on as we go into it. We're gonna leave all that stuff right there. The show's already begun. That way, people know.
Sure.
But my thing would be like, it wasn't a real venue, right?
It is.
It's a real enough venue in that
Is it
like a
as
high
re-
school gym is a real venue.
Thank you very much. So
No.
it's like the Bayside Community Center we went to for APW back in the day,
Yeah, but I mean, like,
where it's all these volunteers selling hot dogs and sodas. They don't
Yeah,
know
I
what the
mean, let's
fuck
put it
they're
this
doing.
way. They sold tacos.
Unsanctioned mango
They were
sellers.
selling
I know.
tacos.
Let me see your fucking SF food license for
There's
this
definitely
mango.
I mean, I'm sure they have permits and stuff to come in and do the thing. But
For their sake, they better. Otherwise,
But
we're
let's
blowing
just put it
up.
this
No.
way: the signage
Yeah.
gives it away.
Yeah,
Where
exactly.
it's like street tacos, but they didn't quite give themselves enough room to write the S.
Sure.
So it's like kind of in
but
there.
that's not
and
the
then-
venue's fault. That's the promotion's shitty fault.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I
But it's a
shouldn't
real
blame
venue.
Kezar Stadium.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is,
But
the
it's a real
promotion-
venue like the Bayside.
yeah,
place.
but I mean, it's that's a weird community center thing.
Sure.
Kezar Stadium is like a professional stadium.
How do you spell this?
Like
Kezar.
K-E-Z-A-R.
Oh, okay.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Kind of Funny
3,000 people.
podcast. 3,000 people. When are we doing
Yeah.
Kind of Funny live there?
We thought
We almost
thought
did prom
about it.
there.
Oh, did we?
They wouldn't let us do
Oh.
it there though. For some
Too
reason.
late.
I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller. This is the producer / producer Nick Scarpino.
Top of the morning to you.
How you doing?
I am well. How are you?
Good. You're hanging in there. You said you. I can see the struggle. You were
Living
over
on a
there
prayer.
editing on stuff. You came in. You said no. You came in. You said you're up against the wall.
I said we're all up against the wall.
I'm not. I feel great.
Are you?
the wall, up against the wall.
Why are you up against the wall?
Okay.
Actually, up against the wall transition.
I'm a little tired, but I'm embarrassed as to why I'm tired.
Oh fuck! I gotta hear this.
Because it's not a great story. It's one of those where you're like,
Well, it's a
I
Nick
can't
story.
complain about being tired because 11:30 last night.
You stayed up watching some bullshit.
Some bullshit.
You watched
Oh, the
some
Dana Carvey
bullshit.
thing.
So 11:30 last night, I get the sleepy eyes. I'm like, I'm kind of tired, but I finished elementary, and I was like, shit, I gotta find something. I gotta know I got something else out there, right? Going through all the fucking blading through all the blades, right? And I find on Hulu they've got this documentary called "Too Funny to Fail," which is the Dana Carvey show, the documentary about the David Carney show. And I was like, I'm gonna watch the trailer for this, and if it's good, I'm put it on the list for tomorrow. Trailer so fucking good that I'm like,
You're in.
I'm just
We got a
I'm just
roll?
gonna start this real quick.
got a
And
roll?
2 hours.
Yeah.
11. I went to bed at 1:30 last night, like 2 o'clock, and I was just like, and then it was cold. Then I'm hearing things. I don't think I got to bed till like 4.
Over here, the Hispanic heartthrob Andy Cortez,
Hey, guys.
rounding out the quartet, Forbes 30 under 30, aka the second best baby blues in San Francisco, aka the engaged one at Tim Gettys.
Let's him host. Greg, you'll be happy to know, in case you don't already know, Gia went through a similar situation that Nick did of like
Hearing things in the middle of the
finishing
night.
her show. She always does that. Finishing her show and then not knowing what to watch next.
It's a hard one.
She started this little show called Nashville.
Oh!
She's a season in and she is hooked.
Well,
Where's she streaming them all from? Are they on something now?
Hulu.
Nice. Oh, Hulu's got everything. All right,
Yeah,
cool. And that's where the Dana Carvey documentary
yeah, I
was?
believe it's on. I don't know if it's outside of Hulu, but it's for sure on Hulu. I think it's actually a Hulu.
I remember
original,
seeing
so
the
that makes
promo
sense. It's on
trailers
Hulu.
for that where they did the funny thing where it was like it was sad, but it was the thing of like on a very special episode where somebody gets shot or whatever, and then the premiere of the Dana Carvey show, and they're like, "Thanks for that lead." or whatever.
Okay, so first off, this documentary phenomenal. I had I barely remember the Dana Carvey show. Do you remember it all? Because it was like 1996.
I remember that it existed. I don't remember watching it or what actually the content was.
So, and it's a great documentary. Everyone should absolutely watch it.
Not Hulu.
Even if you have no touchstone for Dana Carvey whatsoever, all you need to know is at some point Dana Carvey was like the biggest star in SNL.
He was the church lady.
He was church lady. He was Garth in Wayne's World. He had won up until that point. He had done the longest run of anyone on Saturday Night Live. Decided he wanted to leave and was trying to figure out what to do afterward. And by a turn of events, was like, I want to do a sketch comedy show. Took Robert Schmeigel with him, who was one of the runners of SNL, but also the guy that does Triumph the Insult Dog. Smigel, is that how you say it?
Didn't he was the TV's Funhouse.
Which is
TV's Funhouse. TV Funhouse.
Get back here with my show.
Yeah.
TV Funhouse.
And then Adam Kovic's like, that was a good night for a channel.
that started though.
Oh,
Funhouse. See what I turned it on. I turned on Kovic. Hate him.
I was like, why'd you say Adam Kovic?
Just like, shit, he's not in the room. What's funny is that actually started on the Dana Carvey show. Ace and Gary was a Dana Carvey show skit.
Really?
That Smigel took from that, and then when he went back, he's
like, I got to get something out of this failed show.
Well, when it died, when Dana Carvey show died, he was like, he went back to SNL, and then like a year later,
was it Colbert and?
So what was crazy about it was they were like, we're gonna put together a team, and he was like, I want really fresh faces. He took Smigel, who was a showrunner basically, or a head writer at SNL, as a showrunner, and then they're like, we need a new head writer, and they had this new guy, up and coming guy, this like redheaded guy that no one had really heard of called Louis C.K. So they brought him in, which is crazy. Then they went to Second City and they cast a guy named Steve Carell and Stephen Colbert that no one ever heard of before. And
too many Steves.
The shit that these guys did was so far up my alley, Tim. If Greg's lying, he's dying.
Yeah. I'm not lying.
You're gonna watch these and be like, this
Holy
is
shit, then
such
you're
a
dying?
fucking Nick thing to do. Where like they went to ABC, and ABC is like, we want this show, because they're gonna go to HBO with it, which makes sense because in like the
do whatever.
Bob and
show titties.
Mr. Show with Bob and Dave.
Yeah,
that kind of
Keith, right?
was it?
Bob Odenkirk and someone.
David Cross.
Doesn't matter.
I thought he was gonna say the most Nick thing is like improperly named thumbnails.
Well, that's fair. No, but they were going to go to HBO, and then ABC offered them the time slot right after Home Improvement, which was like the biggest show on TV at that point.
Yeah.
But it's so funny because I mean, you're talking to, they have interviews with Steve Carell and Colbert and Dana Carvey and all these people. No Louis C.K. Weird. But
they must have been filming this right as everything went down.
that would be
right?
my assumption.
Yeah.
But they're like, let's leave Louis out of this, which is sad.
And a guy.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, I mean, no, he's in it.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
they
yeah.
just didn't get his.
Yeah, yeah.
They didn't interview him.
And a
about
what?
it.
A guy. Like, it's Stephen Colbert and Steve Carell and
I
a
see,
guy.
I see.
This is like an outline of a guy.
Yeah.
But they just had these interviews, and they were like, and all of them were like, what the fuck were we thinking when we did this shit? It was basically like, just fuck you to everyone. The first skit they came out with was a skit where Bill Clinton got surgically altered to have 6 nipples so that he could feed the entire nation with his milk, and also a chicken ass. And the head of the network was like, what the fuck? Like, this is the lead-in show is Home Improvement, which is like the most family-friendly show ever. And what you're talking about was, so one of the things they thought was hilarious. And to me, I was like, this is fucking genius, right? This is the most genius thing anyone's ever done. Was they wanted to do, like back in the day, variety shows would be sponsored by one sponsor. So like Chevrolet would bring you the show, right? And they're like, we should do that. So the first show they had was Taco Bell. So it was the Taco Bell Dana Carvey show, and every week it was a different sponsor. And the one you're talking about was, they were like, it got real bad when they promo, and they show everyone a promo of, and I wish I could pull this up because it's a promo of,
We probably did.
it was the very special episode
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Home Improvement,
Yeah.
where like Zachary
was on
Taylor Thomas
drugs,
thinks
right?
he's gonna die. I don't know what he has, and it literally cuts
I
from
remember that.
Tim Allen going, "You're not gonna die. Like, we're gonna get you through this," and he's like shedding tears, and it's like a very special Home Improvement followed by the Diet Mountain Dew Dana Carvey show, and then cut to Stephen Colbert, and he's just like, what the fuck were we thinking back then? Like, oh god, it's so funny. But you can tell they had. They had a blast doing it, and it went 7 episodes, and then they didn't even air the 8th episode.
I did not know
But the
that
8th
show
episode,
existed.
they ended up doing, when Dana Carvey hosted Saturday Night Live, they ended up doing that, and it was Tom Brokaw, but because I guess one of them had seen old footage of Tom Brokaw sitting there and recording.
Yeah, I remember this.
Recording, what do they call them? Eulogies.
Yeah, it was obituaries for the president.
Presidents. And so they had to go through
Gerald Ford
Ronald Reagan
has been mauled by wolves.
So they went through, the joke is they have to go through every iteration of Gerald Ford dying just in case he goes on vacation and can't be there. So one of them was mauled by wolves at a convenience store.
It keeps escalating. Like he was murdered in a convenience store.
He's like, really, guys? I don't think that's
wolves got him in the convenience store.
It was the funniest fucking thing. So
that was recorded for the show?
They recorded that. That was the 8th episode. That was one of the bits for the 8th episode of that never aired at Nick Carvey. And then when they brought it back, I think they brought back the bit and they did it on SNL.
Because I've seen the bit.
That was the bit. But when he did it, it was it just went. It was like.
That's
I mean, it's just so. And then there's one part where they're like, Colbert's like, I was playing Gregory Peck for the Academy Awards, and it was probably the single most racist skit anyone's ever done on television. And it cuts, and it's like, it's nominations for international short films, and every international film was like a different region, a different country in the world. And every time they say the name, the bit is that the people don't speak English, so they just think they won. So like Steve Carell's playing an Indian guy, and it's not okay.
God.
It's not okay. And Dana Carvey's a Chinese guy, and it's not okay. And it cuts back to Colbert. He's like, I want you to know, I was Gregory Peck in that sketch. I was Gregory Peck. Wow. It's fucking bananas, dude. Yeah. It's really well done.
Where is this on?
It's on Hulu.
Oh, okay.
You just got me to re-up my Hulu subscription.
Dude,
there you go. I was going to wait for whatever the Handmaid's Tale, whatever next season it is. But
Do you have Spotify?
What season are they
I
on?
do.
3?
Oh, yeah. Somebody mentioned this. I still
You have Hulu.
What do I have to do? What hoops do I got to
Yeah,
Do you
check?
have Amazon Prime? You got Twitch Prime.
It's Hulu with ads. So there's
Yeah,
nothing
still.
worse than Hulu with ads.
You're right.
Because regular TV with ads is a bunch of different ads. But Hulu's going to show you the same commercial 4 times a
15
show.
times.
And it makes you hate the company. It makes me, I don't know, like normal commercials or whatever, right? But the fact that you're seeing the same Lysol, advertisement 5 times in a row. In the movie, who knows, maybe 10 times. The media is longer.
Yeah.
It makes you fucking hate the company, dude. And it's like opposite of advertising.
You know what it screams to me? It's just so like bargain bin. That's what I always feel like when I see that thing where it's like, hey, like Hulu comes on and is like, we're not like due to the deal that we had, the licensing deal, you're going to get served ads before this. I'm like,
The fuck I am.
Ew. Like, ew.
Wait, but you pay for the premium one though, right?
Pay is an interesting word.
You have somebody's
Whose
account.
plan are you on?
I'm not, I mean, you know? Maybe she's in the back room packing t-shirts. Maybe
God
not.
damn
Maybe
it,
I pay for
Joey.
You can get it.
No, I like paying for my content. Thank you much. Like we encourage people to pay on
I pay for tons of
patreon.com/kindoffunny.
Pay for tons of content.
You bought Elementary.
That's
I
true.
did buy 3 seasons of Elementary before I realized it was on Hulu that I have Hulu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have Hulu Plus.
Speaking of this, Andy,
up?
I remember at some point you buying the Avengers Infinity War 4K
Yeah.
Blu-ray. Do you have it? At some point, can I borrow that?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
of course.
Great.
It's on
Time to
Netflix,
buy it
man.
now.
It's just like, it doesn't look insanely cool.
Really?
They don't cut to like the 70 millimeter shots.
Oh, yeah. That's
and
fine.
it just kind of looks like, I mean, don't they film in 2K anyway? That's what it looks like. It looks
No,
like it looks
Avengers-
If I'm not mistaken, I think up until a certain point it was all 2K, yeah.
it looks
'Cause they filmed all
like
on-
the way when I watched Homecoming in 4K. It looks like that. HDR looks
should
great.
look a lot better than
Colors look great, but like clarity of the shot doesn't look super crisp compared to other, like when Nolan cuts to 70 millimeters or in Mission Impossible Fallout. They switch to the IMAX shots, and those look really, really good in 4K.
yeah.
Those look
Speaking-
incredible.
Speaking of Mission Impossible, did anyone watch 2
No,
over the
not
weekend?
yet. Not yet.
I cannot
Tonight.
fucking wait to talk about this tomorrow. I'm not going to say
Tonight.
anything right now,
Baby.
but
Tonight.
let me tell you, I
was
spent money on that movie.
I was driving an Uber the other day, and I noticed something.
Sorry, you were driving in an Uber or you were driving an Uber?
Part-time.
Okay. Because I'm like, if
streaming from the back of
I'm like,
it.
as if you're legitimately driving Uber and I didn't know about it, this is going to be the best KFA I've bet.
I
Ever.
just Twitch IRL stream with.
Hi, I'm Andy. I'll be your Uber driver. I'm Nick. I'll be a co-driver today.
That shit is blowing
Do we
up.
do a co-driver?
It's annoying as hell.
And he's just he's just teaching me how to be an Uber driver.
Have you been in one?
what?
I have not. But I've seen
I would
so many
fucking pray
people-
for it.
What?
Get me in a Twitch IRL Uber. Hey, you're gonna be on Twitch. Oh, great. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Greg. Let me tell you about Patreon.com.
Oh my God.
In a similar vein,
What's up?
welcome everyone to the Kind of Funny podcast. If you didn't know, each and every week, 4 best friends gather on this table, each bringing their lives to the table to talk to you. If you like that, head over to patreon.com/kindafunny, where you can watch us record the show live and get it days early before we post it on youtube.com/kindafunny and podcast services around the globe. Of course, when it goes up on Friday, it's got ads over on patreon.com/kindafunny. It does not have ads, and we appreciate your support. Don't be like Nick and Joey and screw over the system. Help out people.
Yeah, I saw somebody in the Facebook group like, hey, I don't really want to apply for a free 7-day trial for the comedy documentary. Can somebody screen record it and just share it to us?
I saw that.
And I was
Please don't do that.
I just replied to the laughing face like, it's free, dude.
Dude, on one note, like I sympathize that it is an extra step toward getting that documentary, which is well worth your fucking time to sign up for a free
Roosterteeth.com.
thing. But I had the same reaction from a couple comedians last night. They're like, how do I get it? I'm like, oh, you go to kindafunny.com/punchline. And then there's like, it's behind a paywall, but you can just quickly sign up for an account. And then if you want, like, cancel it a few days later. And the look on their face was like, that was already 3 steps too far. I'm like, what do you want me to do? Sit you down and fucking press play for you?
It's ridiculous.
Jesus Christ.
I can't sympathize at all. It's like, this is amazing content that costs thousands of dollars to make.
Thanks,
and
cool,
you're
G.
going to tell me that you can't get a free trial?
Luckily, our Patreon producers don't mind taking care of us over at kindafunny.com/Patreon, just like Patrick Higgins, Ty Moore, Kieran O'Donnell, Gabe C., Sam Davis, Mike McLaughlin, Mohammed, and DJ Kento.
Kento.
Today, of course, we're brought to you by Hims and Robin Hood. I'll tell you about that later. And don't forget, depending on when you're watching this, we are going to Kansas City this Saturday. That's right, March 30th. We are in Kansas City at Planet Comic-Con. You're talking to Power Rangers.
Hell yeah,
you're
yeah.
talking to Henry Winkler. I'm talking to
talking to me.
Superman and Mick Foley. Of course, we're doing a meet and greet that night at the Draft Emporium Flying Saucer. You can come to that one for free. You don't need a Planet Comic-Con pass. And then if this is you're listening or watching this later, remember New York City, we're coming for you Saturday, April 6th. That's a week from Saturday as we record it.
Yeah.
Lots of crazy times happening for us
Excited
right
for
now.
that, man.
Yeah.
Should be cool.
This is what I don't like doing to my body.
I like it when they call
Right.
him Big Papa.
Where I drink a coffee and then I ride into a beer.
Ugh,
Like I don't like
terrible.
giving mixed signals to my body.
It is an interesting choice. I'll put it that way.
Well, I wanted the beer originally, right?
Yeah.
But the karma bit me in the head today. Where I went in, I'm like, time for the Game Over or the Kind of Funny podcast. I need a beer. I'd love a beer. And I went to the taps and they were dry. And I'm like, right. On Friday, Kevin said he needed my help getting them. And I was so exhausted. I was like, I cannot do that. So I can't be mad at anybody but myself.
You did it to yourself.
I did it to myself in that one. But then Cool Greg read my mind and Pacifico showed up. So everything's fine.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's
mean?
what he does.
That's good.
Nick partied this weekend.
No, he
I just
didn't.
want,
I
I
don't
just
believe
want
that.
that out there. Yeah, doggy dog.
No.
Yeah, we went to my friend's fight that I was
over
talking
Greg.
about. Yeah, right.
Did he win?
He did win.
Okay.
He did win. All of my fears were for naught, thank God. I was still anxious and scared the entire way through, specifically because when we got in the fight before him, dude broke his leg.
Did you see it happen?
No, I didn't. People did.
Did he do that thing where he kicked the guy in the shin and his like leg wrapped around?
I don't know. I don't know. Don't really want to know.
Did he do the thing where he's walking up the stairs, fell down the stairs, broke his leg?
There was no
Did a
stairs?
riser fall on him and
Did he
break
do the
his
thing,
leg?
like I saw a video on Twitter recently this weekend where there was a fight at South Padre Island during spring break, and one guy was punching like somebody in a car, and the car reversed, ran over his leg. Guy got up, his leg is like at a right angle, and he's like trying to put his shoe on his foot, and the caption was like, "Why is he worried about his shoe?"
It's expensive shoes.
Yeah,
Now, if that were Tim and those were Jordans.
yeah,
goddamn
Get
right
it.
he was pissed about that.
Did a Cody come and fucking get him in a convenience store? No.
No.
He just fought another guy and then broke his goddamn leg. But I did not see that one. But like 2 fights after my friend's fight, we saw the most ridiculous shit go down where I was like, I don't even know what's happening because I don't understand the rules of this. Where it's weird that there are rules. It's like essentially beat the fuck out of the other person, but like don't beat them up.
Yeah.
Nick, you understand the rules. What happened?
So the fight he's
To
talking
clarify
about,
again, not your friend's fight. 2 fights after your
No,
friend.
2 fights after that. What happened was someone got disqualified, or rather, the fight was a draw due to the fact that
Pulled out a gun.
no, what happened was it started off. And this was like I think this was one of the pro fights. A guy gets taken down. Boom, boom, boom. They trade some blows, get back up. He goes to take the guy down again, gets him against the cage, and he's angling basically for a double leg takedown, or at least take one of his legs out so he can sit him on the cage. And the guy starts dropping elbows on his head.
Downward elbows. That's a no-no.
Now, I don't know in this particular promotion if downward elbows are illegal. It seems like they're not because the ref didn't immediately stop it. But then I think what happened was because of the angle of the guy's head who was trying to take him down, I think he ducked his head to keep from the top of his head being hit so many times.
But he opened up his
ducked
temple.
it, No, he hit him in the back. And the guy, I haven't seen this.
Okay.
But the guy literally went from like full power bore shoulder into the person he was trying to take down to just collapsing on his knee.
Dude, it was crazy. So it's guy A and guy B. Guy A was dominating. Like the other guy had no fucking chance. And he immediately gets like slammed down, brought up, slammed against the wall. And so guy A is now like underneath him. And then guy B was the one with the elbow.
Okay.
So like, it was like just kind of like defense to like stop this. But then it quickly went from defense to crazy offense. So everyone's like looking like, why is no one stopping this? Because he's just going like,
Yeah,
he was dude's head, and you saw it kind of go from here over to here, and then the guy just went lifeless. Essentially, it was just like, oh,
yeah, and it was to the point where like it reminds me of that point in all of our childhood when you're horsing around with your friends, and then someone gets
Shit
hurt.
gets real.
And then someone goes, fuck, like just stop. You know, like the guy just literally went like down to his knee and kind of put up the stop, like I'm done. And
When you're
then
doing a
broke it up.
video game wrestling show and your friend drops all his weight on your rib cage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Except you were more professional. You finished it up.
No, I didn't. I curled up in a ball and Dan Riker just danced around like an idiot.
What a fucking asshole.
Fucking asshole.
But I need to get married in Taco Bell, so.
You gotta fucking commit. Yeah, so that shit was crazy. And then after that, the next fight got canceled because.
So wait, so the guy goes down. Was the ref on it? Did he stop right away?
The ref stopped it because I think the guy was no longer able to adequately defend himself.
Yeah, of course.
Stood it up, and then I don't know how the decision was made, but they go to announce the fight, and I'm thinking, oh wow, this guy you're allowed to drop elbows. This guy just fucking dropped him and won the fight. And then they come out and say this is going to be a draw because I guess there was some illegal strikes, and the ref didn't stop it in time, and so they just called it a draw.
Gotcha.
I think what happened was, if it's an illegal strike, the ref's supposed to stop and take a point and either give you a warning or take a point away and then say don't do it again. But the ref was just watching this guy incapacitate.
He's eating
the other
popcorn,
fighter
drinking a beer. Fuck him up.
with bad strikes, and the other fighter was not in a good place when he left.
Yeah,
he was sitting down on the cage for a good 15 minutes afterward, and I think they had to like help him out.
This shit was crazy.
It was bad.
But then, like,
Sorry, what happened
two
then?
fights later, the announcer kind of comes out and it's just like, hey, sorry.
Hey guys, hope you're having a good time. Sorry the line for beer so long. The guy from 2 fights ago is dead.
Yeah, super dad doesn't go
If anybody
anymore.
here knows him, we need help getting the body.
We don't know where he goes. We just put him out back.
The guy was like, hey, sorry about this. I know you're all excited to be here and whatever, but the next fight can't happen because one of the guys is not medically cleared.
Bed bugs.
He's gonna come out and like talk to you guys. And this dude comes out and like, again, the fucking acoustics that these guys have set up, terrible. I hear you guys.
Can't hear a fucking
all you hear, no
thing.
matter what they're saying.
Nobody's speaking clearly anyway.
Yelling like directly into the mic. It was just
Everyone's
horrible.
talking too fast. No one's enunciating. No one's really good on the mic there.
And essentially he's just like, hey, I'm sorry, I tried really hard, but like we can't do this. But June 15th or whatever, he's like, I'll be there, whatever. And like he walks out and it's like, it is kind of weird. But then his opponent comes in, straight up cuts a WWE promo.
Nice.
And it made no sense because they don't do that. Like there's very few times people get a mic in front of them.
Sure.
And this guy goes up and goes, hey, I'm looking for a fight. I have a kid at home. I have a child that I'm trying to put food on the table for.
I'm gonna fight my kid.
It's like I did my thing. I've worked my ass off. Whatever. And it's like next time that someone's coming at me for a fight, they better be prepared to fight. And it's like, this is really weird. And then it was like all of us are like, we cannot end up at the same bar this guy's at. He's gonna kill someone.
wants to kill
tonight.
I was
Like,
hoping
he's looking for
I
a
was hoping
fight.
he's gonna challenge anybody. Is anyone in the crowd man enough to get in here?
I would love it if the microphone wasn't on.
Yeah, it was.
That's
It was
what it
ridiculous.
sounds like.
Man, it sounds like an eventful place.
It was
Cool. And to be fair, it was a fucking great night of fights. They put out a great. We watched maybe like what 5 fights, something like
Yeah.
that, including your friends. And shout out to Brandon, he won. That's awesome. And brought Miggles, who had never really watched the fight before, and it went from it's fun to see if it's a good night of fights and the energy's good, to see people who are new to it go from this is a interesting gimmicky sort of thing to me to by the end of Brandon's fight, he was like, I'm fucking in. I had no idea this was happening. This is like in this city, I had no idea we did this thing. And he was like floored by how fun it was.
sold out. 3,000
Yeah.
people there. Like
Wow.
Miggs couldn't get a ticket
Yeah.
because It was
How'd you
literally
sneak him in?
sold
Big
out.
cake?
He had to
We
fight.
had an extra. But
You fought the guy at the end.
It's like if you can't pay at a restaurant, so you wash dishes. Like, dude, we'll let you in, but you're gonna have to fight somebody. All right.
We snuck him in as a mango vendor.
it was cool though. Like my friend's fight, he won, which was crazy. He didn't win by as much of an epic, like holy shit out of nowhere. Like
He won by a judge's decision, unanimous though. I'll
Yeah,
put it that
unanimous
way.
win.
Which to be fair, I was like, I thought some of the rounds were a little bit would have gone to his opponent because I think his opponent had a good round there. But yeah, it was a unanimous decision that he won, which is great.
He won a belt. He has
Won
an
a belt.
actual championship belt, which is insane.
which is
Like there's
cool.
nothing cooler than that. He beat another person physically in a fight and now has a belt.
Yeah,
Did
I
James
mean,
Burke break the belt later in the night?
Yeah, he did. Totally
what'd he
broke
do?
the belt.
Just fucking horsing
it's
around?
Just
Horseplay?
It's just 2 parts now. These championship belts, I swear to God, there's none that are high quality.
they're not spending a ton of money on these belts.
Those
let's put it
definitely
that way. No.
way shittier than
Our
ours,
belt
even.
has lasted a long time, but partially because
No one
both
has
me and Kevin have super glued every
Yeah,
letter
okay.
back onto it, and or double stick tape, and or I think gum at one
Yeah,
point.
exactly.
There was a piece of gum on it.
It's
Still,
a
the
disaster.
eye is still missing.
No
Somewhere in this
INT,
room,
man.
maybe.
No
R.I.P.
INT,
man.
I guarantee it's
Make me
underneath.
point.
the
There is an
but-
iron, kinda though.
There is not anymore.
I know.
No, it was cool though. Like doing the fight was awesome, and like Nick came out, and like all my friends came out,
That's
and
so fun.
we were there, and it was just so funny because like seeing Nick at a bar is always that thing where I'm like, all right, this is either gonna be the worst experience.
Is it going to
for
be
him
boring, Nick, or fun, Nick?
or fun? And like I see him with the drink, and I'm like, oh,
I saw a photo of him imitating Gia Tap Harris on
When Gia
Instagram.
posted that photo, I was like, whoa, this is like fun. Nick showed up to this place.
I literally I had a great day.
like,
that
I thought
day.
you were photoshopped in there.
No. I had a really fun day that day, and then I was really looking forward to this fight. And as I was leaving my house, my wife's like, "Have fun." I'm like, "I'm gonna get drunk,"
You know what? I will.
and she was like, "That sounds fun. Go have fun." And I'm like, "If I come back drunk and with a burrito and some chips, don't
No judgment. No judgment.
I mean, I had the whole night planned out. I was like, I'm gonna
is
get
what
like
I'm
3
gonna do.
cocktails at the
Yeah.
one at the thing, or one before, maybe one at, and then maybe one afterward. And then I knew you guys were gonna go to the restaurant. I was like, I'm not gonna go to the restaurant because 40 guys at a restaurant. I'm like, I don't have that.
Nah.
But because I even told Migs, he's like, hey, if you guys, I got to go in and tuck the boys in. But if you go out, I'm like,
You're
stop
like,
you right
there's
there.
no, yeah, I don't.
I'm like, I'm gonna walk them over there. I don't know what's happening to that, but I'm not going out after this. There's a burrito in my future, and
Wait.
sure as shit, I dropped it hard.
Where was the photo at?
That was at the same bar. We went to the
Kezar
bar first,
pub.
went to the Kezar Stadium, then went back to the Kezar pub.
So
Sat
where-
at the exact like what table?
I know
over.
It
Kezar
looked like a
Pub.
Denny's.
I know Kezar Outdoor
close.
Stadium. I fall into the Migs category. I saw him tweeting about it where he's like, I didn't know this existed.
it is next to the stadium.
Yeah, it looks
The
like
outdoor-
Is it connected to it?
airplo-
Across
Yes.
the street.
Yeah. So
wait,
the stadium is
No,
here.
no.
Then right in
Stadium.
front of the stadium, before you hit Stanyon, is a
By
the football field.
Yeah.
is here.
It's
then there's
connected.
a actual like it looks kind of like an airplane hangar right in front of it. You would it's
so on
very
the parking
unassuming.
lot side, getting closer to Whole Foods, or closer to the community gardens on the other side?
Closer
To the McDonald's.
Okay, yeah, cool. That's
Yeah.
good. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
close to
yeah.
Whole. That means cross the street from the Whole Foods.
Yeah. So look. So Kevin will bring it up here.
Kevin's on
Kevin's
it. We're
zooming
going to
out,
G
though.
Maps.
We're in
Pull
San
up,
Diego
plug
now.
out.
We're in San Diego.
I was so confused why you
Kevin-
clicked
Kevin, just
Gmail.
pipe Kezar Stadium.
No, let Kevin do it his way. Show the kids, Kev, as you zoom in. This is a good. No, let him have fun. Show the kids. I want to enhance.
Find it.
Enhance.
I mean, I know exactly what it
Enhance.
is.
All right, there it is. So Kezar Pavilion.
Yeah.
All right, I know where that is exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always thought that's where the. Don't laugh at me. The park rangers used to live. Isn't that the
It
story?
looks like a
Isn't
park
that the
ranger
story of
place.
it? I thought that was the
The
story.
police station is, I think, what you're talking about.
No. Right there in the parking lot is where I pick up zip cars every so often.
Yeah,
So yeah, no, there used to be on that American cyclery. There used to be great Homer Simpson graffiti, and I was like, I don't know, but I hope that's cool, Greg. But I never wanted to ask. You know what I mean?
No,
It's kind of like
definitely
how Picasso never took credit for any of his work.
Rightfully
That's accurate.
so.
I don't think that's accurate.
But yeah, stories about Nick. So you said you had 3 drinks. You technically had 1 drink because one of them you immediately knock over.
Just knocked it over. You know what happened was
And like in classic Nick fashion, we're all very close together. He's in the middle of everyone. He knocks it over, and you were so cool about it. Like it
wanted
fell,
that drink.
and instead of trying to pick it up and like solve anything, he essentially pours the rest out, like just knocks it off, and just sits there. And you seriously played it off really well. I was like,
Well, you know what happened was I'm a little rusty at partying, and my hand gestures were getting bigger as I was getting a little drunker. Forgot that the straw conundrum. You see what I'm saying?
Gets me every time.
You forget. I clipped the straw and it knocked over the drink, but it was one of those like Vegas style sippy cups that they put with like the themed Jack Daniels cup, even though I wasn't drinking Jack Daniels. Like, this is sacrilege. Just bullet bourbon in here, motherfucker. I don't want people to think that I'm like lowbrow here. And then eventually someone got me a fucking like Captain Morgan and Coke, and I'm like, I'll drink it. I don't care.
Yeah, it was awesome though.
Did that. We were doing rounds of shots.
Wow.
Which was fun. I wasn't.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no. Tim
Nick-
was my partner.
I was like, whoa, this is a real full-blown party, Nick.
No.
We're all fucking like, we already had too much. And then Nick comes up with a round of tequila shots. And I'm like, Nick, like, what are you doing right now?
Because I saw the chaos coming around the corner.
You
and
could
I
get
wanted
out?
to be, what I wanted to do, I was like, it's going to be funny because I'm going to leave after this. They're all going to go to a restaurant and it's just going to get crazy. And people are going to get nuts. And then they're going to
Tell
go.
me you end up at the sex club again.
No, but at one point, someone's
Bring
going
a
to something
championship belt
crazy.
to the sex club.
I just know that something's going to happen. And some crazy shit's going to happen or whatever. And Tim's going to look back and be like, Nick.
And
that's what's going to be fun about it, man.
But the moment for me though is like it was a hurry up and wait type thing where it's like, oh, we have all the time in the world to get to this fight across the street, and then we realize like, oh shit, the line is hella long because it's sold out. He's 2 fights away. Like we gotta go.
Yeah, which is weird. Like, get people in. But I get, actually, at first I was like, get people in. Then I looked at the crowd and I was like, you know what? Let's take a second.
Yeah.
Let's frisk all these people. Make sure safety first. Because there's some thug ass motherfuckers that go to these fights.
It's some true shit. But
Nick
couldn't finish.
Oh, yeah,
his
that's what I was
drink.
giving to you. When I switch over to beer, I slide it.
Because like we had to go, so we cut him off, and he goes, Tim, like drink this for me, because he knows I was gonna. And he hands me his. It was Bullet and Coke.
Well,
But I
it was
thought
supposed to be Bull and Coke. But then I think Miggles went and got me one, but they gave him the wrong thing. It was like Captain Morgan and Coke.
Whatever. It was not. It was
Diet
that
Coke.
and Diet Coke,
gross.
which I should have known.
Of course.
And I drank it, and I like had a reflex where I'm just like, oh my God. Like I was about to throw up, and I'm like, it's not from alcohol, it's from the Diet Coke.
Yeah,
like I was so offended by the taste. I'm like, God, I'm a monster.
You are.
Like that's ridiculous.
It's tasty though. And yeah, I was like, it was like hot in the stadium. Because there's
so
no
hot.
air conditioning
Of course,
whatsoever.
of course.
And I was like, a nice
just
cold
glistening
beer would be
in
actually pretty
bodies
good right
rubbing
now.
No way.
against
You
each other.
didn't drink ice cold beer.
Oh, I would have, but the line was too long.
Yeah,
I was like,
that's
well, keys our stadium, you don't get my $5.
Exactly. Yeah. That's a steal.
$5.
I was going to say it's a steal.
14.
Is that how much they
It
were?
was $14.
I'm glad I didn't do that.
Yeah, shit was ridiculous.
I'll let you buy me a beer at Mania. You can see how much they cost at the stadiums there.
I think I bought you a beer last time.
I know, but
They were
now I'm
like
going to let you
12.
at Mania.
They were 12 or 14, I think.
Yeah, but here's the big question about Mania. Okay.
Yeah.
Big question.
All right, I think I know where you're going with this one.
Where is it?
A long time ago, Greg put out the idea that we all dress as WWE referees. Are we going to do that? I think we should still.
That was not what I was thinking, but I'm totally down.
Oh, you gonna bring up peanuts?
That was going to be a peanuts.
Yeah, I knew you were.
Are we getting the fucking peanuts?
That needs to be a doodle, for fuck's sake.
God, I forgot. I watched the Arizona meet and greet. There was no, we
Greg
didn't
was
have any of
just
the
giving them to
fucking,
people.
the
And then I was like,
peanuts,
oh.
the never-ending bag of peanuts.
Surely this bag of peanuts is gone.
No,
and
never
they're
ended.
still there at
Never
like
ended.
9:30.
Oh my God. There's some potentially distressing news about WrestleMania.
Oh, no.
Whoa.
What's happening?
There's rumors, and I believe them, that this is going to be the longest WrestleMania of all time.
I'm fine with it, and here's why.
We just traveled
I'll just
across
come
the
late.
fucking continent for it. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like, give me the ticket. I'll see you guys there. If it starts at 3, I'll see you guys there at 6.
Yeah, I get that. I still think it's still going to be a long.
That I don't mind.
17 matches or something like that.
The thing about it was this. It wasn't that I wasn't enjoying everyone's company and Royal Rumble. It was just that after a 3-hour meet and greet and sleeping in that fucking ice like box
Ice box.
of an Airbnb that for whatever reason the cutoff of heat was like midway and all 3 of us were on the other end. I was physically and mentally just tired. Like at one point Greg looked over at me and I was trying to figure out how to sleep on my prop my hands up and sleep just for like 5 seconds. And then the bag of peanuts came out and I was like, well, I have something to do with my mouth now for the next 16 hours. But I'm looking forward to Rumble because correct me if I'm wrong, but
Mania.
Mania, excuse me, but that's on a different day than the meet and greet, right?
Right.
Yes.
Saturday's the meet
great.
or the meet and greet. Yeah, and then Sunday is that their Mania.
That's nice. That means maybe we can sleep in a little bit. We should get
Well, okay, that day. But then our flight's back to SF from New York at 7 a.m. the next
Oh,
morning.
I don't care about that. I mean,
sleep on
if
the
we
flight.
get here, we have to do 4 podcasts that day. We'll just fucking phone it in like we always do. Just throw shit at a wall. You know what I mean?
You all happy that Trump made that order to ground the Boeings?
The ones that were having
Yeah.
that software problem that was like crashing them.
Yeah.
Did he really make the order?
Yeah.
yeah, like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just worried for you guys.
That was such like a late night talk show host pivot there. Like, so how do you feel about the?
you hear about Trump with these Boeing planes, right, everybody?
I don't think it's going to affect us. I don't know if United was running that many of them. Air Canada is the one who really got socked in the face about it. That fucked
United
up a
had
lot
a
of
few, I know
fucked
that
up
for sure.
GDC flights.
I know that Alaska doesn't have any.
Well,
I
we
looked
don't
at the
use
list.
them anymore. We don't use them anymore.
I mean, I do.
well, too bad. You should
Late
get
on
out
the
of there
train,
when you
everybody
could.
switch when got
Well,
there.
I mean, it's just you just got to pay attention in the morning meetings we do.
Yeah.
Where we literally say all this stuff and you act like you don't know. And
Yeah,
then
man,
you-
but I just
Captain
started
Marvel
the thing.
tickets. You know what I
Yeah, I
mean?
just
Like,
started.
Or
you
stuff
know.
we
what does that mean?
morning
What does that
meeting
mean? You just started.
years.
I don't know what does that mean.
Blue and blue.
No, don't
I
get
like,
distracted.
by the way, and I know that I'm always late to the table on this, but one of the things I noticed over the weekend is I was incessantly replying to Greg's tweets about the San Francisco shot with Blur and Blue.
Yeah.
So I like that the little picture of the,
Yeah.
the little blue comes up, little blue fire comes up.
pops
It was
up.
really cute.
San
It was really
Francisco
cute.
lost. It was a tough one.
Well, they suck.
It was
Excelsior still in it.
No. Damn it. They lost in the first
So wait,
round.
you're telling me the two teams that I had any connection with, I cursed into losing?
Yeah, most likely because the XL are
great.
always like far and away the best team.
Fuck, man.
Now this year, Vancouver Titans came out of nowhere and they like have been shocking the world.
Yeah.
And so Vancouver was undefeated, 7-0. San Francisco Shock 4-3. The underdogs coming into it, and it was
4-3.
the most fucking intense back and forth match where like San Francisco was up 1-0. It was like, oh wow, San Francisco could win. First to 4 match wins. First to 4 maps won. And then it was like 1-1, like, oh, okay, fuck. And then San Francisco won again, like, all right, here we go. And Vancouver, it was so back and forth. It was really good, man.
Yeah.
Really good.
Okay.
Maybe one of these days I'll watch one of the matches.
No, you won't.
Burn blue, man.
I'm blue.
Here's what
You
I'll
should, dude.
honestly put out there, and I know you already did this, but stick with me. Is I think like most sporting events for all of us, like you know what I mean. Like you wouldn't necessarily watch WWE on TV, but we're going to it. Hey, this is a cool thing.
Yeah, I mean,
hey,
a lot
I'll
of
go,
people, invite me.
hey, I'll go to a baseball game, right? I don't watch
I would
MLB
go to
on
Andy's
TV.
birthday party if you
I'm
did,
just
you know.
saying. But like, I think like we should all just go down one day. Go to the stadium. Go watch the Overwatch League. You know what I mean?
That'd
Go
be
down
awesome.
to LA. We all shot down there. We all fucked around and we had a good time. Then I think there you go. We'd all be enjoying it in that moment. Maybe it catches on. Maybe it doesn't. You know?
Sure.
I think it'd be cool. So the full day passes take a long time. So it'd be probably wise if we wanted to do this to pop in for maybe a match or two.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
Because
yeah.
you'll be there for 8-ish hours.
Oh, I'm not doing that under any
No.
circumstance.
No,
No,
that's
Like I
no.
did it. I got there at 11 a.m. and I was out at like 8.
No,
And just
no.
constant being surrounded by LED screens, my eyes were just like,
Tim's dream.
oh my God, I'm seeing things
all
right
about
now.
it, man.
Like it was so many colors,
Love it.
dude. It was great though. It's really,
Lot of
really
blue.
fun. Really
Red
fun.
Did you
blue.
burn blue? Your eyes were burning blue?
Well, I mean, the Dallas Fuel won that day, so it was pretty great.
Yeah.
It's pretty great.
While you guys were at the fight, I almost saw a fight again, which was exciting.
Great.
Went to the Alamo Draft House, as one does.
What'd you see?
Went and saw us. And then while we were there, right, in the middle of, like, we're on the other side of the stadium, you heard what sounded like a server drop a tray of, like, you know, the popcorn bowl fell, and then a couple glasses, and then something else. And then you're like, what did they just knock over? That's an impossible amount of things to be knocked over because it just kept clang, clang, ding, dong, ding, dong, ding, dong, you know what I mean? Like it was like, you're like, what the fuck
Was
was
that a
all
fucking
that?
wolf?
And it was fine and you're like, okay, cool. Well, I don't understand what that was. And then like a minute later, it was followed out by the people whoever were over there getting thrown out. That somebody did the whole put up a card or whatever, and they got into an argument. It turns out when they got in, so they bring in security or whatever. So you just heard we're in the and they got like fucking thrown out of the fucking thing, and I was like, that's awesome. Because that's the dream to
Good.
throw away shitty people in that theater,
Fuck
right?
yeah.
As you know, I'll fucking dime anybody out. I'll turn narc as fast as
you
possible.
put up that little white note.
Dude,
Come over here.
as soon as like previews are going, if somebody starts talking, I'll pre-write the note.
Yeah.
I'll do the thing where I look over, get the seat numbers down. I'll be like, I'll put this up. Like when I yelled at
Excellent.
that guy, Doctor Strange, in AMC.
That almost got violent.
Andy, I'm so
that was so
happy you weren't there.
unnecessary.
I would have been so
You would never
uncomfortable.
watch a movie again in a theater, with or without Grant, if you saw that happen. You'd just been, you know what? It's
What
not
did he
worth
do?
the anxiety.
You don't remember the story?
I don't remember the
we
story.
Went, we went to the midnight screening, but probably 7
I've
p.m.
heard Sean
screening.
Finnegan stories.
This one we went
It's
to
violent.
we went to see Doctor Strange opening night. We're gonna do the in review, all that fucking shit. And so sure as shit, we start in like it's all of us in one row, and then in the row in front of us is some douchebag on his phone during the previews. And I'm like, this is rude, and you're a rude person, but I'll let it slide during the previews. I'm not gonna bust your balls. And then sure enough, Marvel logo comes up, Doctor Strange begins, and this motherfucker's still on his phone.
Brightness volume all the
Totally.
way.
Now, the important aspect of the story, and you correct me if I'm wrong, Tim, but I don't think there was a pre-warning for this guy on his phone.
No.
I think it went, and
So,
I've never seen
I'll
Greg
tell
go
you, I'll
from
tell-
0 to 1,000.
So I let it go of 5 minutes, maybe. I don't know, 3 minutes.
Nah.
Again, it doesn't matter. The movie's
it
going,
doesn't
right?
matter, yeah.
And so I just lean down behind him and go, "Excuse me, do you mind turning off your phone?"
Yeah.
That
and the
loud?
guy was
Oh yeah,
literally
that loud in a
Oh,
dead
yeah.
silent
Scared
theater.
the
Yeah.
shit out of all of us.
And to the point that Nick goes, Jesus Christ.
out loud.
Yeah.
And the dude turns around to me and he's like, seriously? And I'm like, yes! And he shut off his fucking phone. I'm sorry, you don't get a warning. Did you just come out of some cloning chamber? You've never been to a movie?
Maybe he was visiting and he didn't know.
He was on Twitter!
No, he was not visiting. He was a person who lives in San Francisco.
He was very much a tech bro white dude like all of us.
I meant like somebody who's not familiar with
movies?
With
a movie theater?
with how intense an Alamo Draft House can be.
No, this was not an Alamo Draft House.
Oh,
this
okay,
was an
never mind.
AMC. I was in a pitch black theater except for this moron.
You should have shot him too. Because you were in an Alamo, like he should have known. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yelling wasn't
like
enough.
People dying in movie theaters.
that
I'm
a
like, that's
dark
not
No,
fair.
yelling wasn't enough.
Oh, sure. Well, it got him to stop. All right, period. And I'm sorry. No, you don't get a warning. I don't. Oh, excuse me, sir. Do you mind turning your phone? This is the movie we all came to see.
Listen, man, I want to fucking murder everyone too.
I'll fucking light you up. I don't care.
You know what? I have. It's an interesting.
I would have wanted to leave the theater.
Does your
That's what
perspective?
I'm saying. We all did.
Also, Greg,
We all
what
did.
happens if he just goes "fuck you" and just keeps going on his phone?
Oh, Greg would have. Oh God.
What's the Stone Cold
Are you kidding me? I would have stood up and gone, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Greg Miller. I'm here for work. I'm here to see Benedict Cumberbatch come out here and talk about his fucking hands for 2 hours. And this young man here, what's your name, sir? Won't get off his phone.
It's like Chris Farley.
I would have fucking, you know, this is the same thing I always talk about where like on the street when you have an interaction where you're like, is this homeless person about to fight me? And like people shy away from it and I'm like, go ahead.
Yeah, let's go.
Somebody please pull the trigger. Let's go. I've been waiting 35 fucking years to let it out.
Yeah.
You want to fucking light the fuse? Let's go. Let's see how crazy
The thing
we'll
I
get.
appreciate about Greg, okay, is that he understands that all of humanity and civilization is just a thin facade underneath, like just laying right over the fiery gates
primal
of rage. And Greg knows, man, and that's what I love about you. You're ready.
Oh, I'll
Any
call
given
bluffs.
time, burn it all down. Burn it all fucking down. Let's go.
You want to know the amount of times I've thought about where I'm walking Porty out there and I've got my little slip-on cons on, not my Converse that don't lace up, the slip-on cons, and I'm out there and like I'm like, man, if this guy wanted to fuck me up right now, what would I do? And I'm like, if he was like, give me your money, and he's got everything, I'd be like, all right, and I would just kick off my shoes and I'd be like, let's go. And like, what is he gonna do? What is that guy gonna fucking do?
I think you just take
this
his
barefoot
shirt off.
6'3", 235 guy wants to fuck me up.
you're going hard.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing I've seen people do on the internet. Just take off your shirt. I'm fucking
Yeah,
out.
sure. Like, okay, let's go.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh my God.
I don't understand you, Greg. I've
I do.
known you
It
for
was-
so
I do.
long.
I think
It was
I'm
the
just
sa-
now starting to
It
understand.
was the same thing with us. And no spoilers for us. I mean, you've seen the trailer, so you kind of know what is going on, right? But as it's going, I think I meant to, I never did, but lean over and tell Jen, this is another example of what I'm always talking about. I don't negotiate with terrorists.
Yeah. Kill them all.
Because, like, seriously, somebody busts in your house and they give you the whole fucking villain monologue. I'm gonna be like, sure, but for God, I'm like, I don't kill me. Like, that's the thing. Like, if it's Jen and our kids, or even just Jen and Porty, and I'm in there and they're like, they got the bats, and like, we're gonna do something, and mama, like, I can live with getting murdered. I can live with me.
You can't.
I can live with me attacking this person and then their crony killing Jen. I can't live with doing nothing and everybody getting fucked up. And I'm like, what if I had done something at the very onset?
Yeah.
So literally, someone mistakenly opens my front door. It's fucking on. All right.
Dad, I love it.
Slip on shoes off and I'm barreling at you through
I
you.
wanna
You know what I
see
mean?
it. I
Because
wanna be a
again, this
part of
goes
it.
back to whatever. I think in the last interview I was on where we were talking about it, right? Of like, if the fucking leader's like, listen, you can take out me, okay, like
you're
fucking,
dead.
and I get him on the ground, and I've thought about it, and he just fucking over and over, like gorilla pound.
Mountain.
Oh yeah, and like George
Mountain
Costanza
and-
on an old Tonight Show talked about how you get, and this is, I mean, the actor Jason Alexander talked about how eyeballs pop like grapes. Don't think I haven't thought that through every time I need to fight somebody. You know what I mean?
You just made my eyes hurt.
And so that's the thing.
Somebody told me that he has his own like karate discipline. That he
I think so.
started.
I think that's how I heard about it. Yeah, on
that's
this old
crazy.
Tonight Show with Jay Leno. Anyways, I take this fucking guy out, the girl out, whoever's the lead person, and you're gonna tell me they're beta. That person's gonna be like, "Fuck, you killed that guy." Well, now clearly I don't play by anyone's rules.
No, then
I don't
you-
play by anybody's fucking rules.
You look at the crony and then you go, you're free now.
You work for me.
Yeah, that's because you have to wonder. You go, I'm gonna kill your boss. He's clearly the person that's like paying you to do this. He's dead. Are you really gonna fucking like? What are you gonna do? You care? You really care? Like most people just like this. Well, I guess this one failed, and you just leave.
It's like the wildlings or something like that.
Yeah.
Just break them up.
Bring
you know
them
what
to
I mean?
your side.
Yeah,
bring them to your side.
Cut off the snake's head.
I
kind
saw
of
a
thing.
really cool video on Twitter of a woman, like it was surveillance footage, like in a
Sure.
street.
Okay, sure.
And you know how sometimes the robbers will duel up and they'll get on a motorcycle and they steal a woman's purse.
Oh,
and
yeah,
motorcycle
yeah,
drive
yeah.
off. So, what like robber gets out the motorcycle, is going after a woman, and she has her purse, and she just like throws it over the fence next to her. And the robber's like, "Fuck!" And he just like gets on back on the motorcycle and they
Smart.
peace out.
What are you gonna do?
It's a good move.
Yeah, smart.
move.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Of course, then what happens if it's like Sandlot and there's a giant dog over there? Then you got to fight the dog.
that's
What if there's a
problem, dude.
sandworm over there?
Oh,
Whoa, like
That's
in
what if there's a
Dune.
tapeworm up there and you're like, oh god, I gotta get it
my
out.
buddy.
Gotta get it out.
My booty.
I would just throw the purse at Greg if he was next to me somewhere.
Oh, let's go.
Let's go.
You just go, Greg, it's on.
All right. Stop
Summon
someone
you like
out.
a monster in a video game.
You throw it down the dark alley and it's just the red light on my glasses. I'm like, I accept the challenge.
I imagine you like the way we throw the turrets in the Division.
Sure.
Like the enemies are coming, you're like, oh shit, and I just like throw this thing, like a
Yeah,
Greg comes out of the ground. That'd be so cool.
Just
Dude.
imagine just me bellowing as I run at you. You know what I mean?
barefoot.
Like, you know what I mean?
Terrifying.
Barefoot, yeah,
Yeah.
maybe shirtless.
Tim,
Maybe
how-
dragging a wiener dog. You don't
Tim,
know
how
what-
long do you think you last against an enraged Greg Miller?
Oh no, I'm done. I'm like, Andy's the only person in this office
You think you can
Smart.
take?
that like I don't think I can take him. I think
you have a
that,
shot
I
at
have
it?
a shot. I have a chance.
No,
of
you have a
surviving.
good shot.
You think
know?
you think Barrett could kick your ass?
Oh, actually, I take it. I could definitely kick Barrett's ass. Is that Barrett right there?
No, it's cool, Greg. Cool Greg's just sitting here
damn
listening. Yeah. Well, Barrett's not here. You can say it. You know, it's fine. We all understand.
Yeah. No, I feel like Barrett would be pretty easy. You know.
I just feel like neither Andy nor Barrett would ever fight you. That's just
Yeah,
what it's
I
gonna
get-
be.
oh,
There's
no, we
nothing
never
you
fight
do
any of us.
To get, I mean,
Yeah.
I can see you getting into a battle with someone.
No
just for
way.
fun.
Battle.
No way.
Not like I'm raged. Let's get angry at each other. But I definitely think there's a set of circumstances that we can make content out of where you're like, okay, Greg, step into the
What,
ring.
you get
fighting Kevin.
get boxing gloves and a camera. Yeah, I'll
it's gonna
fucking
be great. It's gonna
go.
be a
I'll
blast.
fucking throw down.
I'm like Tyrion. Like I'm a realist. I know that I stand no chance.
You're Latyrian?
I'm like Tyrion.
Oh.
Game of Thrones reference.
I thought I was like, it's actually Latvia, so like Latvia.
I was playing basketball all the time in some work basketball league where like our Best Buy store played against other Best Buy stores, and everybody who played basketball kind of all joined up, and we met at this one gym, and it was like kind of a pretty nice produced thing, right? And I played against some other store, and they're all super tall white dudes. Super tall, like at least their shortest guy was like maybe 5'10". The rest of them were like 6'3", 6'4". And I would like dove for a ball going out of bounds, and I like tried stealing it from the guy, and we were both out of bounds. Eventually, like the ball like went away, and I didn't think anything of it. I didn't think I had done anything wrong. And suddenly, like I'm getting up, and I just feel like
The chest bump and stuff?
like as I'm getting up, I'm feeling like this body, and I'm like, I turn around, like, what the fuck's going on? And he's like, seriously, bro, you're gonna fucking do that, bro? And I really didn't. I was grabbing the ball just like he was. And I was like, what? He's like, okay, if we can go, we can go. And I was like, why would I fight you? You kick my ass. Like, I was just like so real with the guy. Like, why would I want to do that? And they separated us. And then like at the end of the game, he came and like shook my hand. He's like, hey, my bad, bro. Like, we're good.
I mean, it's a game. My intentions.
Then you flipped his car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slashed his tires.
Yeah,
But I was
you-
lighting,
you
I was
would be
lighting,
too, I
lighting
get
up the
it.
3-point line, though. Let me tell you, go, Greg. The 3 points were dropping like flies.
Yeah?
All's life.
Splash?
good.
Splashstone?
Splashing it left and right, dude.
Sure. Yeah.
Really good.
I want to give Cool Greg a shout out. And I know
About
I'm
time.
not supposed
About
to do this
time.
because it embarrasses him and he doesn't like it, but he's the only person I know that can wear the free swag that we get on a daily basis in this office and actually
good.
make it
He
look
looks
cool.
good. He looks
I'm
good.
just gonna say it, and I know it's gonna spoil it for him. But he was wearing a vest the other day that had the tags on it still, and my wife saw it and she was like, "Why is that cool? Why is it cool? I don't understand it." Like anyone else, I'd be like, "Dude,
Yeah.
take the tags off." But he had it just hanging on the right way, where it makes you think like, "What don't I know?
What am I doing wrong?
What don't
You know,
I know?
what don't I know?"
A lot.
You own the jacket now. Just take it.
Cheers, man.
Now you do. Now you do.
It's yours.
That's that vest from Dice that I brought back. Yeah.
It was cool.
It is
So,
cool.
wait, cool, Greg. I have a question for you.
Come sit down. I'm going to grab another beer.
I'm gonna beat you.
We've been talking
You just
about
got me a beer?
potentially you dyeing your hair purple for WrestleMania, right?
Thought it was a secret, but for sure.
Oh, really? My bad.
Well, hey, this is Patreon exclusive. By the time it gets out on Monday, it'll be done or not done. You know what I mean? Everybody keep this on the DL.
Yeah, be cool.
That's how we talk.
Be
man.
cool.
Hell yeah.
All right.
But I
That's how we
saw
talk on the
you
streets.
like responding to a Sasha Banks tweet where she was like, "Oh, I'm over purple."
Yeah. I'm
And
getting
like-
real worried. Because she started red. Then she kind of went pink. And now she's purple. She's been purple, and it's been pretty iconic. But I don't know if she's like gonna switch it up. She's tweeting right now about how excited she is about some news. I hope it has nothing to do with her hair. I don't know. Maybe she got the okay from the boss. I don't really know how it works.
Oh, man.
If I show up to WrestleMania with my purple hair and she comes out with like blue hair or some shit, I'm gonna be pretty pissed.
That sucks.
But
Just get ahead of it. Just do blue.
just do blue.
Yeah.
How about we just bleach it and then we're just ready with the hair dye next to you, and no matter what she comes out as, we do it on the moment, you know?
Yeah. So one
Dunk
thing
his
I
head
always
in.
plan on going full cosplay, you know, and going all out, getting the nice jacket, you know, trying to figure out some flashy pants or whatever. But then, like you were saying, it's gonna be a real long, real cold WrestleMania. So I think I might just
Cold?
Isn't it outside? Everyone I've been talking to is talking about it's gonna be cold as shit. So
Really? All right.
That's what I'm talking. That's what I'm hearing.
Kevin, Google around, figure out if we're going to be outside for WrestleMania. Thanks, Kev.
Yeah.
That would be a big disappointment if she did change her color, right? Like this soon. But I do think that if it were to happen, it would happen right at WrestleMania.
You gotta go big at
That's
WrestleMania.
a big
Yeah.
sort of
Yeah.
event.
The world is watching.
Yeah, I'm worried.
We narrow down the colors. We go top 3. We narrow down the colors. Here's
MetLife Stadium very much outside, it looks like. No, I don't know how you could dome that.
have an easier solution, Greg.
Okay, good.
I have an easier solution
Please
for
don't
Cool
touch
Greg. We dye your hair 3 different colors that she has not done. Okay? Stick with me. But you're hoping that it's the color, like, you know what I mean? Like your hair, it's like, let's say green and then yellow and then blue, right? And you hope that she goes green so you could just cut off the rest of it so that it's only green.
Sounds
You know
way
what I
more
mean? Like,
Here's the thing, I
it's-
feel
it's all
like
layered.
three might be too much, but if you go half and half,
You could
then you
shave.
can just only take pictures from one
That's
angle.
true.
You know what I mean?
That's
and then
real
you'll be
true.
okay. No one will know the difference.
And we're just doing the blue, just in case.
I feel like
she
blue's a
never
good
said
call.
anything about blue, which is
You got to cover your bases.
Yeah. But I mean, what's this mean for you?
I'm gonna still do it because
Yeah.
I got other people that had blue that turned into purple hair that I would love to like cosplay as well as. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll knock out 2 birds with 1 stone.
So you're going to
you
go
know?
all purple.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be just that. It's like we're gonna bleach it and then go purple.
Wow.
So,
Yeah,
And
people-
Joey's helping you do this?
yeah, on the Wednesday before we fly
can't
out
wait for
Thursday,
this.
I believe, or Friday. So yeah. we'll
Okay,
be
I do
right there.
think that's the best call because you're
want
not
that
going to
shit
dress
to
up as
bang.
Jango Fett for Halloween. You're going to dress up as Boba Fett, the green guy, right?
Yeah.
I dressed up as Sasha, so I don't know.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're dressing up, if you're doing purple,
You're going for the
people-
icon.
People know that
You're worried
as Sasha
you're gonna have
Banks.
so many. If you're cosplaying as her, or doing like casual cosplay as her, right? You're gonna have so many photos getting in that by the time the match happens, no one's gonna be like, "Oh man,
yeah.
I can't believe I took this photo with
really
this guy."
good
But I also
call.
guarantee you, like, if you post photos and people that are just sort of tangentially like involved in WrestleMania or WWE, people who don't know a whole lot about it, but they know who Sasha Banks is, if it's any other color, they'll be like, why is he Sasha Banks with blue hair or green hair or whatever? Like, I think the purple makes the most
I'm
sense.
excited, man. I'm
Yeah.
real excited about it.
Me too.
It's gonna be a good mania.
Yeah, it's gonna be
It's
fun.
gonna be a long one, apparently,
Hell yeah.
according to you. But it's gonna be a good mania. I'm pretty
Did
stoked for
Xavier give you any scoops when he was here?
it. Please,
What?
like I talked to that man. After everything he's pulled here, all right?
The
We keep it on for the
You ate
cameras.
pizza with him.
What? No,
You played the Division 2 for like 6 hours.
It was awesome.
Yeah?
It was such a cool fucking LAN party. Me, Xavier Woods, and Scott Lowe just
Love
playing
it.
Division for hours on end at home. It was
How's
great.
good old Scotty Lowe doing?
Scott Lowe's good. He's good. Naughty Dog seems to be treating him right.
Yeah.
Yeah. He told me they canceled Last of Us too.
Ah,
Oh,
bummer.
shit.
Fucked up. I
was
know.
looking forward to
I know.
that
I
one.
figured that happened.
Exactly. Neil Druckmann, egomaniac, you know?
Yeah.
Just- he's like, I'm not in this game. I need to be in this game.
I want to be the main
And Troy
character.
Baker's like, well, I won't be in it if you're in it. There's a
Yeah.
whole thing, you know, a whole giant fucking thing.
Did you
But
see how Troy Baker and Nolan North were on Always Open?
I did, yeah.
It's really cool.
Kind of bullshit, huh?
Yeah, right. Where
Stealing
have
our
you?
cool
What
guys.
haven't you been on?
Oh, no, I just meant like they're stealing our cool guys.
Oh, that's yeah.
You know
That's
what
I mean, it's copycats. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What a
Kevin-
surprise, Barbara.
Kevin,
They
can
were
you
on
do me a favor?
KFF first.
Can you pull up
KFF?
roosterteeth.com right
that
now
what it is, sir?
and show the people?
What was that one?
KFF.
KFF? I don't remember that podcast. Don't remember that one at all.
Kind of Funny Federation.
Oh, the Kind of Funny Federation. Hey, Nick. How you doing?
Nick's back.
Good. So I didn't know if Cool Girl brought you one or not.
No, he was filling in for you, doing great.
Can you show the people this? So this is what they're talking about. Cool, always open, whatever.
Video
Scroll down a
game
little bit.
voice acting legends number.
Scroll
95.
down to new episodes, latest episodes.
I saw Nick.
Right
Did you
there,
see Nick?
recent episodes, all right? So the top row here we're looking
Yeah,
at
okay,
them,
where I
right?
see the butt.
Hit right on it so we can get the next lineup of them, Kev.
I think I know where we're going with this.
I don't 100% know where we're going.
So what's weird about this?
Oh. First time stand up comedy. That's pretty cool.
Oh,
there's a
no.
first time
Our live
stand-up.
action Disney remake sure looks like Andy in their thumbnail.
But that looks like Andy.
That's crazy. I don't remember that. I don't remember that.
Funhouse.
Is this some sort of Funhouse video that?
Yeah,
That Funhouse
just
made?
definitely don't watch it because I didn't talk shit about you guys for sure. Like,
Andy.
I didn't say anything negative about anybody here.
No.
Anybody.
Did
What's up? What's up, Nick?
we know this was happening?
Nah, it's just
It's contractual.
they just used the photo for the thumbnail. That's all.
That's it. I mean,
Yeah, I'm
guys,
not in the video.
Enough said. Enough solved. Problem solved.
Yeah, I'm not in the video.
You know?
I don't know if I believe
That happens all the time.
What's
There's
that?
no
I
way
don't
to
know if I
find out.
believe it.
There's
They're
no-
pretty
no
good.
way to
They're
know for
pretty
sure.
good at their thumbnails. That doesn't seem like something they would do.
They're good at doing thumbnails. Yeah, they're good at Photoshop, man. It's a fun video though. Had a lot of.
But you're
laughs.
not in it.
Nah.
He watched it. He meant it.
Should
He
I watch
watched
it? Because it's a fun video. Should I watch it?
watch it?
You're
Nah,
not
it's
in
boring.
it.
It's a shitty
No, it's
video,
boring and
dude.
shitty. All right,
Yeah.
cool.
But if I were to have been in it, he would not have talked shit about you guys.
Sure.
Who was he? Who was Andy? That is he you?
What's the narrative?
What's the third person? I'm trying to back you on this. I'm lost.
Hey, burn blue, man.
Burn blue, man.
Burn blue,
Okay,
man.
okay. Nice.
I want to talk about heroin, but first, a word from our sponsors.
Great.
So, watched a movie last night called The Dirt. Have you seen this on Netflix?
The Dirt.
Premiered over this
Oh
weekend.
yeah, Motley Crue.
It's the Motley Crue biopic movie based on the book or whatever.
Kevin, biopic?
No.
No, biopic. I think that's what we figured out.
No.
I've always said biopic, but
Yeah,
that
biopic.
means like you're
No.
dumb
No. Why would you say it that way? You already know it's a bio and you know it's a pic. Like, why would you say biopic?
because it makes it
Biography.
biography,
Bio.
Biopic.
Pic.
biopic,
Biopic.
biopic.
Biodome.
Biopic. Biography.
Viva
It's not
Bio-
biodome. It's not biopic.
Yeah.
It's not biodome.
So,
People just slap their screens. They just said, "Fucking stop talking about this."
stop talking. So I watched this movie, The Dirt, last night. It's all about Motley Crue. You're familiar with this?
Yeah, no,
You know the
well,
band? You know the band?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
You know I'm a dreamer.
Yeah. Oh God, you want? Yeah, that was the thing. You fucking finished that movie today, and then today it began a. Let's listen to every Motley Crue album.
Fuck yes.
Let's listen to every. I can't.
Fuck yes.
I own Dr. Feelgood growing up. You know what I mean?
He's the one they call Dr. Feel Good.
He's the one who makes me all right. But I was like, I can't. I've never listened to the other ones. So it's that Theater of Pain. Sure, let's play it from the beginning.
Yeah.
Let's just go. Let's
How
see
is
what it's
it?
all about. The album or the
Yeah,
movie?
just in general, Motley Crue. I don't.
Oh, it's great.
My touchstone on Motley Crue is I don't remember them having that many hits. I know they had Dr. Feel Good, right?
I mean, when you get going, you will. Yeah, you already did Home Sweet Home.
Who
Girls,
did Pour
Girls,
Some
Girls.
Sugar on Me? That was Def Leppard.
Yeah, that
Who did She's My Cherry
Warrant.
Pie?
That was
Warrant.
yeah.
Fuck,
Warrant.
really?
So every song that I think it was Motley Crue is generally someone else.
Yeah,
That's
but
my
when you
problem.
get going, you're gonna be like, oh, here we go.
You know what I
I'm
hate?
gonna watch this tonight.
I hate about the name Warrant is that sounds like
Warren G.
that sounds like a 70s rock band. That
Sure.
sounds like a band that would tour with REO Speedwagon.
Sure.
It doesn't sound like a band name that exists in the 80s hair band days
Sure,
of like
yeah.
Poison
Oh, it was.
and all those.
Who else?
Motley Crue.
Watch the movie.
Yeah.
So the movie, it's fun. I think you'll like it. Great
I'm gonna watch
soundtrack,
the
of
shit out
course.
of it. Yeah, I didn't
Interesting.
know- so this is a fictional retelling of this, or it's an actual like documentary?
It is no, it's not. It's fictionalized. They've cast other people to play the characters. Or
Okay,
whatever.
cool.
But it's based on the book by the same name, written by the
Dirt.
band.
Got it.
So it's like it's real in quotes, but like it's not real kind of thing. Good. It took me forever. We're watching this movie. The older guy from the group, Mick, right? They keep making fun of him. He's older. All right, great. And we're watching this, and it was that thing. Jen and I were both like, "Fuck, we know this guy. Where do we know this guy from? What has he been in before?" But couldn't do it because they all have wigs on. There's no need for wigging out. They're all wigs, and they got hats on and all this shit. And sure enough, I'm like, fuck, I gotta do it. IMDb, he's Ramsay from Game of Thrones, and he looks he's got the same chin, obviously, but
Yeah.
like nothing else. And I was like, fuck, you're
I can
Ramsay.
see him
from Game of
playing a
Thrones.
Motley Crue member.
Right. Anyways, though, good. I enjoyed myself. A lot of titties in it. A lot of sex, drugs,
that's
and rock
perfect,
and
then I'll
roll. And
watch
you know
it
what I
for
mean?
sure.
But
I
it's
love
very
titties.
much like imagine if you could do whatever you want, titties and drugs and all that shit and sex and stuff. But it was like shot for ABC. Does that make sense? Like
yeah,
you're
so
looking
not
at the
quite as
sets and you're like,
intense.
these sets don't look
4:3
great.
aspect
You know what I
ratio.
mean?
Yeah.
Like, and and I'm not saying the acting's bad, but like, I don't fully believe everything you got. You know what I mean? Whatever.
So you don't recommend it?
That's always
No,
my
I
problem.
do. It was fun and it's interesting. I just don't. I mean, I don't think it's got the bar of quality that's amazing, a seal of quality that you're like, oh my god.
But that's always
this
my
fucking
That's
killed it.
always my problem with when they make fictional retelling, or make movies based on this. Like that was the same problem I had with Bohemian Rhapsody, where I was like, They're kind of nailing it, but it's not 100% there, and it never really. Like one day they're gonna do a Guns N' Roses movie, and I'm like, "There's no fucking way you're gonna nail the chaos that was Axl Rose and Slash."
They do a bunch of fourth wall shit. Of just like blah blah blah. This is how it happened. This is you said this is, and you're like, this is all so corny as fuck. Like, there's only one time where
you're talking me out of this movie,
and it got a good laugh out of me where they were like, this is Doc, and this is Doc, our manager, and they were like, this is the introduction to Doc. That's not how it really happened. We met Doc and this guy and his partner, but they're like, but for the movie or whatever, we're just gonna ignore that guy. They're like, they fade that guy out. Cool. They're like, we're just gonna put it on the Doc because it's more interesting this way.
That's cool.
The trailer looked fun.
Like
it also was one of those things. I saw the trailer. I'm like, cool. I don't need to see this.
That's
movie.
my thing. It's fun, but it's one note fun, and it's literally. Remember how we all loved Behind the Music when it started, and then you stopped watching Behind the Music because you're like, you already knew what it was gonna be.
Yeah.
From nowhere to success to horrible thing. They came back, and now they're back.
Were you in the one we did for IGA Weekly with Roper ODing?
Guitar Hero. No, I didn't do that. That was too new for that.
Yeah, so stupid.
But it's the same thing of like it's predictable.
I remember that, Tim.
Even not knowing Motley Crue, like their rise, fall, and everything else. Like I was like, I knew what I'm getting in for. But similar to what you're always talking about with every not bad movie you watch, but like it's comfort. It's the soundtrack's great. There's titties. There's drugs. It is watching it. You're like. Everybody's like, oh man, they're like, fuck, because they were like, shout at the devil and like, oh my god, they're in so much trouble for that. You watch it, it's like, it's just a bunch of fucking kids getting drunk. Why is everybody so hung up on this devil thing? You know what I mean?
Well, it was the Sabbath, man. Like when it was like, everyone was worried that their kids were going to start worshiping the devil and
they just had, they didn't even know the real problems they were going to face one day, and that they had to get hung up on that.
You want me to give you some feel good?
Are we jumping off this topic? Because my topic still is heroin.
Oh no, I was gonna say a feel-good documentary is the Rush documentary.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
It is.
Well, I mean, if you want to watch the Rush documentary, it's fantastic. It's very good, but it's also because they're Canadian and at no point did they ever have any problems with each other, which is hilarious.
The best thing about the documentary is hearing
they just love each other so
all
much.
of the other rock bands at the time talk about Rush.
Yeah, that's the best part.
It's really good. Like, they were like, Gene Simmons is like, we're doing cocaine and girls are in their hotel and they're in their hotel just reading.
They're playing fucking Dungeons and Dragons. Rush is such
it's
fucking
a very
nerds.
good documentary.
Is it on Netflix?
Yeah, it still is. Yeah, it's called Beyond the Lighted Stage.
If you want, I don't know if you have yet or not, but the 3-hour long Eagles documentary is the best documentary I've ever seen.
That sounds like oof.
You know what?
That sounds like the Lord of the Rings about a band I don't care that much about.
It's not because what they do the one thing that I just want a documentary about musicians to do is tell me where the inspiration for the songs came from. That's all I fucking care about. Like I want to know why the band broke up. Obviously, spoilers. The story's always the same. They get big, egos overtake them, and they can't work together anymore. Boom, they're gone. But what I like is they just tell stories of like. He tells a story about how he was driving with a guy on the freeway who had a bunch of cocaine in his glove compartment, and a cop was gonna pull him over, and then something happened, and the cop maybe got called away or whatever. Keeps going, and the guy sped off, and he was like, "Holy shit, we almost got arrested!" And he's like, "Man, that's life in the fast lane." And that just became that life in the fast lane.
They're going to be like, we got to hide out. Here, there's this hotel called California.
No, that was a great story as well. Like just those little small things of like there was one point where it was like they were hanging out at a bar with like one of those classic bars back in Hollywood back in the day, and he saw a woman with a guy who clearly wasn't her husband, like, and that wasn't her wife, his wife.
Yeah.
And he goes, they're looking at each other, and then when he got up, she was like looking around, and one of the guys he was with was like, oh, she's got those lion eyes. And he's like, oh man. So just shit like that where you're like, where does the inspiration for this stuff come from? Over my last vacation, I read I forget the magazine. It was a music magazine.
Time.
But it was
Rolling Stone.
Something like that. Doesn't matter.
High Times.
It had one of those cool covers that was matte though, like Next Gen magazine back in the day. That was really fun. No, the whole magazine was Led Zeppelin. And it was literally every Led Zeppelin song and where the inspiration came from. I read that fucking thing cover for cover. Did I retain any of that information? No. But I felt real cool sitting by the pool reading the Led Zeppelin magazine. But I love that. I love seeing like, hey, this was their first album and they came out with this. And the second album was, that was the most important one because they had to follow it up. And then 3 was the one that cemented them as being like really fucking great artists. And then seeing where they went from there. And then the fact that they would have kept going were it not for the fact that John Bonham died. And they just literally were like, we can't do this anymore. Like, we can't do it without him. Yeah. And it's just so fucking like, it's just cool to see all those old stories.
Jay-Z has a book called Decoded that is the same thing, where it's just him talking about inspiration.
Is it just every page is New York?
most of them are. In fact,
It's cool that Nick likes hearing how people hear their inspiration. You should check out this movie called Solo, where Han Solo walks up to the table and he's like,
but here's my question.
like, hey, I'm alone. They're like, so you don't have a family? He's no. He's like, Han Solo. It's pretty cool, Nick.
That's good.
Really,
That's a good
it's
reference.
full origin story.
But here's my question though: do they talk about any sort of thing that he can hang on a rearview mirror?
So
that's
in
really
this fine movie, enjoyable enough kind of thing. Of course, not of course. Nikki Sixx overdoses on heroin, right? He gets addicted to heroin. And we're watching this, and as you guys know, I've lived a life. I've been around
you've
the
done heroin a lot
world.
of times.
I've done a lot of things. Outside of caffeine, beer, chicken wings, like drugs don't really appeal to me. I've never looked at that and been like,
chicken wings.
that's what addictions.
I've been
beer
offered
and
cocaine
cocaine.
before.
Really?
Yeah, I've been at parties where people are doing cocaine and have offered me, and it's like,
No, you haven't.
ugh. Yeah, I have.
No, you fucking.
He used to be in a band. He used to be in a band. He was in a band.
He was in a fucking band. Like they were all straight edge though. They used to go to straight edge parties. People were like, you want some pie? I can't have sugar.
No.
Anyways, I've never thought about it. I've never cared about it. It doesn't look appealing to me, especially I don't want syringes in my arms or my feet or my dick or anything like that. You know what I mean? And we're watching this movie, and Jen says, you know what? If I had the ability to do something and then rewind, I would try heroin. Because people always talk about how fucking crazy it is and how it's like you're touching the face of God and yada, yada, yada. But then I'd rewind right before it. To what I said, though, is, but don't you think you'd be addicted? You can be addicted off of heroin after one hit, right? So even if you did heroin and then rewound time but kept the memory, wouldn't you still be addicted and chasing that high?
Wow.
That's a science for Kevin question. Maybe you'd be addicted to the feeling of it, but I think maybe it's either meth or heroin. I think it's meth that rewires your brain, like meth or crack cocaine. One of those, like when you smoke it, fucking like it starts to separate connections in your brain and really fucks you up.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know.
I've always thought
on
about
that point,
that.
if you could rewind it, that'd be kind of cool.
See, I don't know if it would. Yeah, I understand the physical part of it, but I still think the psychological part of it. You would remember that high.
Well, that's
I bet you want that high.
everyone eventually goes to heroin because it's the best high. That's why you gotta do it. Well, that's what you see him. You see him go from like weed to like coke. They love the coke phase, but then eventually they go heroin because there's nothing better.
How everyone eventually goes to heroin.
It's always heroin with these fucking like it was versus heroin. I don't understand how like my perception of heroin is that it is like the worst thing you could possibly do to yourself, and I can't imagine evolving to that point as a party like a rock star where you go, you know what, today's the day I'm gonna do heroin.
Here are the multiple things I don't like about heroin. Number one, of course, I don't want to put a syringe anywhere in my own body. I don't want to deal with that, right? Number two, you guys know I'm a germaphobe. Keep using the same weird spoon to cook stuff in. Not a fan of that.
Yeah.
Number three, you know that I like to let my coffee sit and be lukewarm before I ever touch it because I don't like hot liquids. With heroin, I cook it on the fucking spoon and I'm using the lighter. Then I put it in the syringe. How long do I have to wait? How long do I have to wait for it to cool down? No, I don't. Then my problem is clearly the cooking is doing something to it. Like, does it separate if I let it sit there? Like, is it like a good Italian dressing where it's just gonna separate if I let it sit there?
You just put a little on your tongue first. It's ready. you put it on the counter, pull it up, and it's ready.
Watching people cook things on a spoon reminds me of Breaking Bad and The Wire. Sure. Like that imagery just takes me back immediately. But I do like what Jen was mentioning, how she wishes she could like just try it but not try it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that all the time because the few times that I smoked weed, I enjoyed it. And I was with friends and we were hanging out or whatever. But then one time I had a panic attack, and that's what just like sent me spiraling. I was like, fuck this, I'm never going to do it again. Yeah, sure. but it sucks because I enjoyed enjoying it, right? Like I liked it the times where my friends and I were all hanging out, playing video games, and we're all high and just laughing about dumb shit. But it was the panic attack that I was like, I'll never do this again. But I always wish that I had this magical ability that I could be like, oh, let me experience what it's like to be high right now. And if I experience it, but all right, off. Like I just want it off. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And I've been thinking about that with like, what if you could do that with acid?
Anal. Oh.
Yeah, anal too. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Let's try it.
Because I'm sure it hurts, but like,
Woo.
yeah,
You
you know?
breathe through.
Yeah. But I've been thinking about that with like the insane, the ones that are like super psychotropic, like mushrooms
tea,
and
shit like that. Yeah.
especially because that's all Joe Rogan talks about.
I mean, that's that kind of culture. That drug culture is fascinating, but I don't see myself
Like ayahuasca.
Well, yeah, they talk about like those psychotropics or psychedelic drugs where you go in and like you come out and it's like it like helps you with deep seated problems. I'm like, that sounds cool, but knowing me, I don't think that would work. I think
journey
it would
just sounds scary.
I'd go in and freak out, and then I'd have another fucking phobia that I have to work on, and it just wouldn't work out for me.
I know it's like not the craziest drug, ecstasy, but like that's for me. I'll never do it, but I would love to try it, and then
That's you. That's you watching a Nintendo Direct.
what?
That's how you are when you're watching a Nintendo Direct.
Yeah. But see, I want
That's
that.
at your most like Ecstasy.
I want ecstasy because everyone just like they tell you that you feel music and that like everything just feels good to touch.
I was gonna say that's the thing is like you'd want to
like
touch
sex
things
and
for the
music.
first time ever. You don't ever want to touch
The touching thing is blown. You guys have blown it out of proportion. The
Come
wrong
hug me right
ways.
now, then. Come
No,
hug
I
me
don't
right
wanna do
now.
that. I don't
See?
wanna do
There you
that.
go.
Your mom commented on the.
It's a heat-based
YouTube
thing.
comment.
Don't bring up my mom commenting. Do not support this. It's a thing where I just don't like the heat of Gia sleeping or like on the couch and stuff. Just like normal, just interact.
I've seen you physically come in contact with another human being twice in our entire friendship.
That's not true.
Twice.
Do you remember?
And once was my accident. He bumped into Greg at the airport by accident.
Do you remember how disturbing it was at their engagement party
party to
when they
see
were like
him touch
hugging
her?
and
I was like,
arms around each other? Like, what the fuck is going on?
We're like that all the time. I feel like you guys have just like
Don't
blocked
listen,
it out.
Tim. You hating hugging is like me loving Gundams. It's just a stupid fucking thing that started and became.
But we can all agree
story.
that Tim's super.
But at every meet and greet, people are like, "Oh my god!" Like Tim hugged me, and I'm like, "I'm a hugger. I hug hello to people."
There's a guy named Travis.
You're here every day and hug me.
that you played the division
definitely
with.
not.
We've all
I
played the
literally
division with.
squeezed Greg's shoulder today, and we looked longingly into each other's eyes.
We get all
And
sorts
we
of
wanted
money.
to touch each other more, but this is not appropriate.
Hey, I'm not arguing that I like touching as much as you do.
When we were playing the division, this guy T Money was like,
Hey, I'm gonna come to your house and hug you.
He was like, I'm going to the Kansas City meet and greet. I can't wait to meet you guys. I've been listening since Beyond and all this stuff. He's like, but like, are you guys cool with like hugging? Because like I know you all say that Tim hates it. I was like, no, that's Tim will be fine. It's like just played up. Like we will hug you, whatever. Unless you got the flu, like fucking Arvel Grenade.
Fucking Arvel.
Jesus
What was he
Christ.
thinking coming
What
in
are you
that thing?
thinking,
You know what I mean?
Arvel?
What are you thinking, man?
Hug Kevin right now if you're such a fan of hugging.
Kevin,
Here's
get
the
over
thing.
here.
I will categorically say, not a fan of touching Kevin
Yeah, I understand
ever
that.
in any situation. Like,
I got a laugh out of Kevin. That's when you know it's a good one.
Little giggle. Man, back to me being in an Uber.
oh, the one that you were driving.
So I realized just all the weird things that I do in my head, right? Like, what are some really weird, like, things that you do when you're alone?
I talk to myself.
Okay, I talk to myself a lot. But here's the thing that I do all the time in a car. If, like, let's say there's, like, a telephone pole right here, right? And there's another telephone pole. Yeah. When they cross, I'll, like bite down or something. Like, in hopes that
That's weird.
That it's weird, right? Yeah. It's fucking bizarre.
So wait, what do you mean the telephone poles cross over? So you're driving down the street.
It started back in the day. I'm in the car with my mom, and the cars back then we had like antennas, right? So whenever the antenna would like, we're driving, and here's like a telephone pole. When they would overlap,
okay.
I would like do something or tap or like,
sure,
in hopes that I got it at the right moment.
Sure, okay.
And I think that's why I'm super good at first-person shooters, honestly.
Oh,
Twitch-based your first-person.
Yeah, exactly. But those are weird little twitches that I have that I do on my own. It's really bizarre.
That's probably why you're good at rhythm as well.
Maybe
you nail the rhythm.
Maybe. I like to think that I'm good at cutting hair because I do art.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Sure. It's like sculpting. You're sculpting.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
Like
Yeah.
angles and all that stuff.
That checks out.
Yeah, like when I catch myself doing these weird things, I'm like, I can't. There's nobody else who's doing this.
But I think there are. I think that's what BuzzFeed is based on, right? It's just every single thing. It's like, you're not the only
Quirky,
one.
weird things. Yeah.
Like, can
I
you
mean, like
relate?
I've talked about it before, but like, so for a shortened version or for somebody who's a new listener, right? Like I believe that the amount of streetlights that go out prove there's a God. Like that's the same thing.
right.
When a streetlight goes out, and I'm like, okay. Like I acknowledge that as
What
like,
do
oh,
you
hey.
mean when it goes out? When it turns off?
I have an exorbitant amount of streetlights around me. When you're walking at night, just go out. And I don't mean all of them go off or turn on or turn off. I mean like the light you're walking under with Porty just goes.
Yeah, it's a traffic light that fucking.
There's a God. God of death.
He works in mysterious ways. You look at me. I've got like the cords cut in my hand where the lights like.
I miss you too. Fucking weird.
I do your will, Lord. I do your will.
Soldier of Christ.
Oh man.
Yeah. Anyway, I just think about weird shit that I do, but I talk to myself all the fucking.
Do you
time.
answer out loud? Because I've tweeted about it before, where I'll be like in my head and just like having a conversation. I'm like, well, that's a good point. And they're like, well, yeah, if you remember that. And I'm like, well, you're talking to yourself, so you know it's a good point.
No,
you know,
I talk to myself a lot in different accents, and it's always based on like what I just recently watched.
Sure, it's fair.
Yeah,
You're like Lindsay Lohan when she came back from Britain and just had a British accent for a while.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I'll also just create dialogue in my head, like whether it's I'll see something on the news that happened, and then I'll like answer back as if I'm on the news desk. Or I just do that weird shit all the time.
But like
Yeah,
you
everyone
in
does.
your head, you have a different. Like to Greg's question.
no,
like,
I'm
are
talking
you-
to myself.
Yeah, like out loud.
Yes, out loud. Yeah, like quietly or whatever. And sometimes I'll whisper if I know somebody else is in the next room. Huh?
He says, "Is this all in the Uber?" Guys like driving.
I don't think I ever talk to myself out loud. Like I definitely have conversations in my head, like working things through. Like the only times I will make noise is if it's like a oh shit or like or like you know what I mean, like some type of.
I do it all the time. And I always will get into hypothetical arguments all the time.
I do that all the time.
Oh, sure, yeah, where you play it
All
out.
the
You want to
time.
play,
Play it out.
yeah.
If I see a tweet that I'm like, oh, I wish I could reply to that, but let me reply in my
What,
head.
yeah, what would they say?
Yeah.
And then I'd say this, but they'd
Yeah.
say that, and I'd use
And I
this
fucking
gift.
dunk on their bitch ass.
Yeah.
You high five yourself. You're like, fuck, man.
I'm like,
British
yeah.
Andy's
I'm
hella
like,
cool.
Yeah, you got him, Andy. Nice one, mate.
I think that's Australia.
It works either way.
Yeah,
You know,
mate.
it works out.
Good day. Lord of the Rings.
Nick, do you have any quirks that you think only you have?
Oh no, I mean I'm fucking crazy. We all know this about me. We know Nick does crazy shit all the time. Where like I'll reply to things, people are like that. No, we're not talking about that at all. You are just in your own head thinking about shit. One of the things I've noticed I do lately though is I work through material on the streets. So I'll just be walking to and
I've seen
from
you do
things.
that.
And I just be like, and I think like I'll catch someone's like looking at me, and then I'll go, what the fuck is that guy's
go
problem?
Bluetooth headset.
And then like a minute later, I'm like, oh, he thinks I'm crazy. I was talking to myself as I walked down the
San
street, and he thinks
Francisco,
maybe
man.
I'm crazy.
Yeah.
I'm very guarded when I walk down the street, specifically at like certain mics that are like on 6th Street and shit like that, where there's a lot of people constantly like coming at you for just random shit. You know,
Take
like if you
your
make
shoes
eye
off.
contact with anyone on 6th Street, they're gonna ask you for something or accost you or whatever. And someone walked by me and mumbled something, and I shot him a fucking look. I was like, nope, I'm not. It's not today. I'm not dealing with your fucking crazy, sir. I respect what you got going on up here, and maybe we can't help you as a society. Maybe we can't. Maybe we failed you. But today's not the fucking day.
I'm locked in right now.
And I was like, because you never know. Like, you don't know what's going on with somebody. Looked like normal, like an upstanding human being, but it still could have been crazy. I don't know. Fucking A.
It was Gavin Newsom.
It was Gavin Newsom. Walked by, and about 30 seconds later, it just like, you know how sometimes you hear something, and then 30 seconds later, you figured out what he said, and he was like, your flashlight's on your phone. He was just trying to help me out. And I looked and I was like, oh, fucking A. Turned it off.
That's always the worst.
I was like, I was such a dick to this guy for no fucking reason. Just because
Wow.
I was like, I don't want to be bothered right now.
You're in your own world.
Another weird thing I do. I'm really into like heat maps. Like
What? Like crystals?
when you use your keyboard a lot and your keyboard will tell you these keys were typed the most, whatever. But I think that with everything around us. So I'll like think
Sure.
of like every time I walk, not every time, but every time I'm like, not every time, but every time. Whenever I'm walking to the studio
gets
from my
stuck in a
car
cycle.
parked up here, I'll think like,
goddamn.
which one of these slabs of sidewalk has been walked on the most?
By anyone or by you?
anyone, just which one has the most contact? I'll think like,
fair.
which street has had the most cars on it
Stats are
in this
interesting.
city? I think
yeah.
about that shit all the time.
You know,
dude.
but back in the day, it blew my mind when they first showed you that, like, did you ever see that stuff of like eye tracking for websites where like eyes go? And they figured out that like we've just as a society trained ourselves to never look at the right or left side of banners because
ads.
they're just always ads and they're
Oh,
useless.
wow, that's
it's
cool.
pretty crazy. Yeah, there was a video like 2006, 2007 that I saw about that. I was like, that's pretty
Yeah.
fascinating.
Unless it's the ad
And
where
now
it's
I
like
think they figured it out,
scientists
it's
hate
all-
this guy for having a huge dick.
Oh, I
And
click
then
on
you,
that.
like, click
It's
on
one of
that.
that fucking
Baby.
monster thing.
Clickbait.
Did you see
that's the best.
one of the shave clubs moving in on your Pornhub?
Oh, did they start doing it?
Yeah,
I've
it
been
was
going
not.
back
It's not as overt as what you guys want to do with like kind of funny of like, hey, you're about to jack off. How you doing? But it was like, this isn't just a banner ad for shaving accessories. It's also an escape portal if anybody walks in.
That's smart.
Just like,
I'm telling you guys,
like, oh, buy
it's
and
only a
shave.
matter of time before people figure out that's a legit untapped market for
Well,
advertising.
dude, it's working the other way now, where it's like Pornhub is about to become a new like video platform that's not just porn.
good. Let's
Can we
go.
put our
They're
stuff
like
up?
really
Immediately.
diving on. I'm sure we can.
Oh yeah, well a lot of people pirate videos and put it on Pornhub
yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah, but now they're like,
Like you'll hear like, oh, the new Avengers leaked on Pornhub. It's like
I'll go
what?
watch it.
Yeah,
There's a lot of full like hour and a half long movies on
yeah.
Pornhub.
If I'm going to spend
Not
3 hours
things you
and
necessarily wanna watch
2
on
minutes on Avengers, you better believe it'll be on Pornhub.
Hell yeah,
Best
dude.
way to watch it.
Hell yeah,
Mhm.
dog,
Best
dog.
way to play.
4 hours.
Yeah,
plus
I'm
with me.
disappointed that I've been going back and forth with these people that work at like Traffic Junkie for like 2 months, and I'm like, can you just fucking? I give you a credit card. Here's the thing, just run the fucking ad. Because at this point, I've talked about it so much, I just want it.
want it
At
to
some
be
point,
real.
and you know, again, going back, why do I want this, Tim? Why do I want this? For the one time that I'm on Pornhub and I see myself and I giggle. And that's it. That's all I want. I want to waste the company's money just to fucking do this.
dude,
to have a
seeing
funny
the
ass
waiting
story.
for the punchline trailer as pre-roll on YouTube videos. I'm like,
weird.
This is weird as hell, man. I
yeah.
love it though.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people commenting on that. People like
great.
screen capping that. It was pretty cool.
I want to get a billboard in the Bay Area that we
Oh,
put up.
yes.
That's just like, hey, we're local. Subscribe to us on YouTube. We don't care if you ever watch the videos. Like you have a Google account, just fucking click it. You know what I
like
mean?
that.
Totally do that. I've thought about that a lot because like every time you drive down the 101 and you see these billboards for like Trelello or Trevillalello.
We'll help you
or
with
all
your
these-
business, do
what
whatever.
Business to business
And you're
club
like, listen, we just
platforming
want
thing.
subs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'd be
keeping it
hilarious
simple.
if we did that. If we just had a thing, just subscribe to us. That'd be funny. Or we go the opposite way, where it's just a whole bunch of convoluted words, and then it's like, fuck it, just subscribe to us on YouTube.
It should just be subscribe to youtube.com/kindoffunny or you will die.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
What about KFAF best on the internet?
No,
Oh, that'd be amazing. You think that we get sued if we were like to get a brand new iPhone? Go subscribe to Kind of Funny. YouTube.com/kindoffunny.
A lot of hate.
Do you think we
You get a
get
lot of
people
hate,
get pissed
yeah,
off
a lot
about
of
that?
videos,
What if we
yeah.
just put the Milk Mommy picture on a billboard? That's it.
Well, when the FCL takes off, we have to do that. You know,
Holy shit, Tim!
Yeah.
your hometown team.
I love being
the Milk
I
Mommy.
love being in brainstorming sessions with
Yeah.
you. You fucking knocked it out of the park.
That's it. We need to do
What's
it.
the biggest billboard we could find to put Kevin's fucking face
biggest?
on it? Yeah, I want.
I don't know if we
want-
need to go for
That
big.
Yahoo thing
101.
just came down.
Did you see that?
When you're going
Oh,
over
yeah.
to the Bay Bridge or whatever, the Yahoo sign you always
Oh,
pass.
they finally took it
Yahoo.
down.
Yeah, we could put up our own thing there. It could be just Kevin's face.
That seems real expensive.
Did you see how
You know billboards.
somebody tweeted us a photo of a woman's maternity store called Milk Moms?
No,
Yeah,
that's good. Yeah,
it's really good.
that's good.
It's
We
really
did
good.
it first.
They should sponsor us.
I think we should put up a
Sponsor us.
billboard of the video that I'm in with Funhouse, just like the link.
But you're in
Ladies and
Right.
gentlemen, this has been the Kind of Funny podcast. Each and every week, sometimes four best friends gather on this table, each bringing their lives to talk to you about them. If you like that, head over to patreon.com/kindoffunny, where you can watch us record the show live, as well as get the show ad-free early. Of course, if you have no bucks to toss our way, no big deal. The show posts each and every Friday on youtube.com/kindoffunny and on podcast services around the globe and on roosterteeth.com. But I'm sure you already knew that. We're about to roll into the post show for those Patreon supporters. So head on over if you want to be a part of it. And if not, we'll see you next time. I didn't say a pleasure to serve you. See what I did there? Keeping it fresh.
Keeping it real.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna queue up the, what's it called? Dirt?
Yeah, dirt.
I'm queuing it up.
The dirt, I think is what it's called actually. The dirt. They're promoting it pretty hard on there, you know what I mean?
Oh, is that the Motley Crue thing?
Yeah. I'm on my way.
Oh, it's the story of him snorting ants. Is that in it?
Ozzy's on there. Yeah,
That's
Ozzy's
awesome.
does the ant snorting. Yeah, yeah. Joey Noel says that's like the time I was so bitchy. Oh, it's gone. Can you scroll back, Kev?
Yep.
I like this photo you sent me, Cool Greg.
Unlike so
Joey says that's like the time I was so bitchy to a dude trying to talk to me as I was walking home, but he was just warning me there was a skunk ahead.
Joey got skunked.
That'd be awesome if she ignored him and she got sprayed by a skunk.
if Joey knows that if she ever gets sprayed by a skunk, to just stay away from this office, making up another excuse, whatever you have to do to work from home for like 4 weeks. Because if
I murdered someone.
yeah, if we catch on that she got sprayed by a skunk, I will never let that go.
No, I get
She
it,
will
man.
find skunk stuffed animals at her desk.
She would like that. She'd
We
like
call
that.
her Stinky Joe
We would call her Stinky Joe.
forever.
Guys, we
Skunky
can just call her
Stinky
Stinky Joe right now. It doesn't
No,
we can just
I
make up
think
the
that's
story.
that's why she doesn't comment on things.
Kevin Asex said, Lowell, did Greg say 4, sometimes 4 best friends? I did.
Yeah,
I'm
he
glad
did.
you enjoyed that.
Keep
Jeff.
me on your toes, Kevin.
Leon says Shazam was amazing. Caught the early showing this weekend. Yeah, obviously that was happening this weekend. Saw the things, but I already had tickets to us.
Oh, is that when does Shazam come out?
This
Is that next
Thursday.
week?
I've heard
Wow.
either it's the best thing since Dark Knight or it's terrible.
It's
Wait,
not the
is
best
it
thing
this
since Dark
Thursday?
Knight.
No, it's next Thursday.
It's. I mean, what I've heard
Dude,
is like
if you-
it's
the
the
best
most
DC thing.
Look it
yeah,
up. I feel like
definitely
it's
just
already
best
available
DCEU,
for San
and
Francisco.
it's got
Well, it
the.
was
They were
for
saying it's got
Saturday.
the most
There's been a whole
magical
bunch of different
DC film
showings.
since Superman the movie.
I think it looks so fun. Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, me too.
Do I need to? Do you guys think I need to see Aquaman first, though?
No, I think you're gonna be okay.
You think there's some deep Aquaman lore
I
that they
highly doubt
reference
it.
in this that I'm just not gonna get?
on it. Aquaman. You know,
Aquaman.
Aquaman.
I'm Aquaman.
Oh, I was
name
gonna
is
say I watched
Aquaman.
the I went down the rabbit hole of music documentaries and I watched the Twisted Sister one. Useless. They were like, yeah, we're Twisted Sister. I was like, I don't remember them being that popular. No, they weren't. They had one song like, we're not good. And I was
it.
like, cool.
And then
It
D.
took him like
Snyder,
years to get that, and that
D.
was it.
Snyder like testified in front of Congress, right, for like
Maybe I don't know. Did he?
free speech on it.
Yeah. Well, good for them.
The parental advisory label, something like
Oh yeah, didn't that also happen in with NWA?
that. Yeah, that did happen with it.
Yeah, because on the evolution
Can we
of
watch?
hip-hop.
I want to
Really good.
watch the. Can we watch the Dana Carvey trailer? Just that one part though. That's
Oh,
like
if
the,
we can find it, you want me to try to find it?
Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious.
I just want to get to the part, yeah, where it's like,
I mean, I'll just scroll to that part in the. Do we have Hulu?
no, that'll definitely get you claimed, wouldn't it?
Well, I mean, we're on. Oh, I guess that's true. Let me try to find it.
I'm on my way.
Home sweet home tonight.
But you watch the movie and you're like, man, these guys were not tortured. They were cool dudes. They were on a bad path. They were dicks to a lot of people. But you're like, yeah, I could see them. They're all right guys. That's a guy right there.
That's
You know
a
what I mean?
guy.
That's a guy right there.
Kevin, I believe if you search. Hold on, let me look. This might be different.
Kevin Asex says, Tim, what's better for Shazam, Dolby or IMAX? The Metreon has both, but I haven't been to a Dolby movie. Dolby is always the answer unless the movie was shot in IMAX. Then it's a split thing. So if Avengers is shot in IMAX, so you're going to have
All
a
of
good
it,
time
right?
either way, the entire thing. Yeah. So you're going to have a good time
God.
either way. I'm
Wait,
seeing it in
hold on.
Dolby.
Really? Over the IMAX?
Yeah, dude.
You're crazy, man.
Really?
Fuck.
Dude,
yeah.
it's better quality picture and sounds good. I'm with it. Dolby all the way.
You slack the control. Use the.
I just hate the way Dolby
okay,
sounds.
hold on.
Dolby.
You hate the. So you want to
Dolby.
see the movies in theater because you hate saying the word Dolby.
Hate
Got it. Dolby has a sock.
I'm like, yeah, exactly. I don't even know what the word is.
Leon Fuentes says, man, Patriot Act takes the longest break since it's gone until May. I know, it's fucking bullshit because they shoot in New York and we're going to New York and they're not shooting. Hate this.
Man, that's bullshit.
Kevin, I'm gonna slack you this clip he was talking
Are you
about.
slacking at assets or control?
Home sweet.
Man, you know what I need to keep watching? Star Trek. I like stop
Ah,
watching.
fuck
Star
yeah.
Trek.
Fuck yeah.
It's just games
I'm behind
came
on
out,
season
man.
2. Yeah,
Video
me
games
too.
just
I'm way
came
behind on
out.
season 2 right
Oh,
now.
this looks weird.
It's a clip from the documentary.
So this isn't the part from the trailer.
This is the clip that I'm talking
Okay.
about.
So,
Is it too long? Is it going to get us in trouble?
Maybe.
I mean, it's probably gonna get us in trouble. It's 2 minutes and 14 seconds.
If you scroll into 46 seconds, that's where the part starts that he's talking about. So, like, right.
All right, I'm not like. How long is it? Like,
Well, you don't have to show the audience. We can just react to it.
Yeah.
Worst fear, losing a child.
I don't want to die, Dad.
You never know whose family it will happen to. An episode so powerful, it hits home.
Beat this thing, no matter what it is, you know. I'm not letting anything happen to you.
A special home improvement followed by the Diet Mug Root.
I gotta watch this fucking documentary. Special home improvement. I
gotta watch
the giant mug root beer.
Oh my god.
That is
Yeah, you just got
hilarious.
Hulu. You just got my money again. I'm back, baby.
What a great part. Oh, there's another part of the documentary. These guys, first off, whoever made the documentary, fucking clearly comedians. There's another part of the documentary where there was a huge fan of the Dana Carvey show who wrote a scathing, horrible letter to the guy who was like the head reviewer of the LA Times. And the guy was like, this is like the worst letter I've ever gotten, where it was like, you're clearly not a fucking man. You can't get your dick up or whatever. You're just sitting there like sad with the world. Your hair is balding, all this shit. And they're like, he's like, what kind of fucking, what kind of horrible person writes a letter like this to the critic? And it cuts and he goes, hi, my name's Dan so-and-so. I wrote that letter. They fucking found the guy from like 30 years ago. And he was like, me and my friend were drinking and we just thought it'd be really funny to and we drove over the letter to the LA Times.
Jesus.
So fucking funny.
I guess with Facebook and you can find it anywhere.
The guy put his name on it.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like with Facebook, you can just like Google it. And yeah, that's awesome.
But dude, that clip of like, that just goes to show you. They're like, we just didn't get
hey, that sold me. I want to watch that shit.
So fucking funny.
That's great.
And the shit they do, man, it's just like, it's just like, I hate to use the word irreverent because that's such a loaded word, especially with all the times IGN referred to itself as irreverent when we were there. But they were truly like, we are just these punk ass little shitty kids who are just telling mom and dad to go fuck yourself. And mom and dad are like, why?
We're supporting you. We're helping
the best part
you.
is they keep cutting back to the ABC example. And he's like, I just wanted to like help them. And they just kept shitting on me.
That's how it happens, man.
Oh God, it was good.
Big fan when you're already logged into Spotify and you click on your account, it takes you to the web page, and it's like,
you're doing it
we
right now.
autofilled your account information. Click it, incorrect password. I'm like, oh, I don't fucking know, guys.
Well, now I'm
I don't
fucked.
fucking know, guys. I'm already logged in.
I had that problem last night with Pizza Hut.
Oh God.
Followed by the diet mug root beer Dana Carvey.
It's so great.
Oh my God.
Do you guys have a lot of friends on Spotify?
No.
I only have Joey, so I only ever see what Joey's
I
doing.
do because mine is.
Here we go.
I logged in with Facebook, so all of my Facebook friends are there. It's like I don't care
I don't
what
need it.
so and so's listening to.
There was a while back where
and all I listen to is Dan Le Batard's show.
There was a while back where I was on a shared playlist with a bunch of people, and it was actually a really cool like curated playlist. Like it was Baradon's playlist, so he just would put dope music on. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then Fran got on it.
Oh God.
And then all of a sudden it turned from like cool new music that was like hip hop and experimental stuff to like all shit you would hear in an Express for Men. And I was like, I'm off this thing. I can't do it anymore. It was
Fran is Express for Men.
Oh my God.
Personified.
God, I was like, Fran, what is this shit that you're putting on this thing?
I had a Spotify playlist because a lot of people in Twitch stream chat would like ask for like, oh, what do you like? What song is this? What band is this? Or whatever. So I eventually made a playlist of like all these different bands that I would listen to. But then Spotify would do this thing where no matter what song I would play next, it would get added to the playlist. Because like my playlist is like a bunch of like emo rock bands from the 2000s.
Hell yeah.
And then I would play out of nowhere Michael McDonald, and that would get added to the playlist. So what the fuck are you doing? Like suddenly the new Backstreet Boys song is in there, and I don't want them in the playlist. It's fucked up.
I understand.
Spotify's annoying me.
Wow. Okay. That's hard.
So I deleted the playlist.
Damn. Wow. You
Smart.
went fucking all in on
Smart
that.
call. Fuck them. Teach them how it's worked.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I want you to watch this tonight. And let
I'm
me know
working
what's
on
good
it.
about I think I spoiled pretty much every great part about it, but even then, it's still
No.
It's just so fun to watch.
No.
Just the skit of Dana Carvey doing Walter Cronkite and just going through all the obituaries is, it's so well done. It's so because it's just a shot of him with the lower third that pops up, or whatever this thing is, the Chiron or whatever, and the announcer. It's so well done. It's so well done. God damn. I just like that nostalgic. Like they all look back and they realize it was just a terrible train wreck, but it was one of the most fun times in their life.
That's great.
It's just so fun.
It's like Up at Noon.
Yeah,
Oh, that wasn't a train wreck, all right? That was a fucking Concorde that got grounded before its time.
That train never left the station. So we were trying to push the train out, and then we were like,
The station turned into a dope party, though. You know?
It
did.
It's a cool
So you guys want to ask who will take Cool Greg?
I mean, someone
or,
said the station turned into this.
Andy.
I feel like Tim will take. I feel like that's a huge job.
Did you watch the trailer?
Yeah.
Job. Yeah. Fucking what a trailer, man.
Trailer for
Weird.
what?
The new
Dora.
Dora the Explorer.
It feels like a College Humor sketch. And in fact, College Humor 6 years ago made a fake Dora the Explorer trailer, and it's better than this one.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's really weird.
That checks out.
That checks out. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Oh my God. You know, I just learned today that Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla are back together doing a podcast.
Finally.
And I was like, oh, that's awesome. And then he's like, yeah, we've been doing it for 5 years.
Oh,
And I was like, oh, cool. I am late to the party on this one. So,
It's
like,
not-
literally, it's Loveline. They just have people that call in and they just do it.
Remember,
I think I
remember
knew-
what a
I
movement
did know
fucking
that.
Loveline was? You're too young. Or you?
Oh, no,
maybe-
dude, I
Loveline was
partook.
great.
Loveline was
It probably was there for
Loveline
everybody.
Was my like jam every fucking night where I was just like, it felt like a dirty secret.
Dude,
Oh,
no,
totally.
I mean?
That, yeah,
It was
totally.
Howard Stern show for me as well.
Our station was in the morning, though.
Junior high into probably early high school. Listen to Loveline and then B96, whatever their fucking knockoff Loveline was on my little AM radio or whatever, and like, oh my god, talking about
They're
sex.
talking about.
I used to drive home from work when I used to serve food like all throughout college and at night. Yeah, I would get off like right around like 10. So by 11, I'd catch like the last hour of Loveline. It was fucking. I was like, this is a great show. It was so good. But only the Loveline where it was like Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla, because I think Drew left at some point and they changed him with someone else, and I was like, oh, who the fuck is this guy? Because it was nice to have the Adam Carolla character who was just like totally an asshole to everyone no matter what, and then actually have Dr. Drew give out some decent information. Because it made it, I think that I look at what formed me, that and things like the Dana Carvey show. I'm like, it all is starting to make sense.
It's like Ask Annie anything.
It's exactly like that. It's exactly, like, but think about it this way.
One
think about it this
uninformed
way.
asshole.
Here's the weird.
Two uninformed
Actually,
assholes.
I was gonna say two. Together we make one gaping asshole. What I'll say is this: think about how weird this is. Because on some level, there's a kid out there right now, 13 years old, maybe down in his second or third Twinkie of the day, just watching us right now, going, you know, I think it's okay to say the word gaping asshole. I think it's fine. We have formed. We are in the formative years of some children out there. Isn't that crazy?
It is. It's
weird.
It's horrifying.
All right, Tim, explain this to me. So I'm here trying to link this all together.
Come on.
Spotify Premium with Hulu, $9.99 plus tax. I already have the family
You need
plan.
premium.
I already have the premium family thing. So what?
It's
why-
not family.
Why do they want my fucking
It
credit
can't
card?
be the family plan.
Really?
Yeah.
I just told you the information I had.
It's fair. It's fair. I'm not mad at you.
I want to
I'm
go
not
keep
mad at
editing, guys.
My
All
thing
right,
is
well,
this.
thanks.
This is
Thanks for all the
why-
help. Well, thanks for leaving me in the lurch here.
This is why I take Joey's login, because I already have Spotify and I just don't want to do any of this stuff.
So you're saying basically, I can knock. Jen never uses hers. I can knock that shit off. Come down at. Oh, okay. I see what you're up to. I see
Yeah,
what
go
you're
to the
working
plan.
on.
Let's fucking do this work. Let's do this, doggy dog.
You just talk yourself out of $5. You know what I mean? You just talk yourself out of $5 fucking
You know what
dollars.
you do with $5, Nick?
Starbucks? Mm-hmm. You go to Starbucks once a day?
There
Once.
it is. Yeah.
That's so cool.
You can go to Starbucks once a day. Once.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could.
I got that Trenta coffee today, and normally I get a snack with it, so I don't understand how much the Trenta iced coffee costs. It's just like it's all
about
built into the
$4.
snack. $4.05 is how much it was, and I was like, "That's a lot for a
It
cup
is a
of coffee.
lot. I realized
That seems excessive."
Yeah, it does. I feel like they recently upped that
They
shit.
did.
Is the Trenta not several cups of coffee though?
It's
I mean,
in
if
one
you're
cup.
not fucking American, Kevin,
That's one cup.
this is a cup, Kevin.
I get that it's
That's a cup, Kev.
but a cup is 8 ounces, and that's 30 ounces.
Well, there's some ice. They don't fill it up all the way,
Sure.
Yeah.
and which pisses me off because they only fill it up to like this line. That's the line they fill it up to, and the rest is ice. Come on.
I get it. I like the ice though.
I love the ice.
Yeah, it makes it.
Yeah.
That's half the iced coffee.
It's true, but don't call it a Trenta then. Call it a fucking 18 or whatever the hell it is. Call it a venti, but give me 20 ounces of the fluid, not 16 ounces of fluid, 4 ounces of ice.
Give
Calling
me
it-
2 cups.
Yeah, 2 cups.
1 cup of ice, all the way to the top.
I'll mix and match, baby bird.
1 cup of coffee, all the way to the top.
I think you could just say no ice.
But we want the ice.
And then give me a second, Tim. I'm getting there.
Get a cup of ice afterwards.
Say a cup of ice on the side.
That's what I just explained in vivid detail.
No,
He
but
did.
I'm just saying you could just say that instead of. That's
I think
what
you're
they
both
should be
saying the same
saying.
thing. Kevin's saying it a little more straightforward. You were in like the fantasy land, and I like where you were at.
Yeah.
Kevin's practicality land over there. He's like, how do we get this done pragmatically?
I mean, you could just. You just have to say it, you know.
Lexi Gunner asks, Nick and Tim, are you excited for Stranger Things season 3?
Fuck yeah.
Yes, it looks fucking great.
Trailer looks really good.
Looked really cool.
I haven't watched Stranger Things. I've only seen the
Really?
first episode. Yeah, I like it. It just, you know me with TV shows. It's
get
like
it.
I want to watch it. It's just at this point I feel like I'm too far behind.
Nah, it's only eight episodes per season, I think.
Yeah, it's a lot though.
It's a very, very good show that if you really care about 80s nostalgia will hit very hard for you, but if you don't, you'll be like, man, you can probably skip it.
It's a lot of fun.
It's a
You
lot of
really
fun.
shouldn't be skipping it, but
I mean, there's like 3 episodes where they're dressed as Ghostbusters, and I
was great.
think they did that
was
especially
like
just to get
30
Greg to come back and
seconds.
watch it.
And it worked. Watch the entire season. Now, here's what happened. And you want to know why people fucking steal it, right? So I've already got I've got a plan for $15, right? Oh, sorry, your plan's not part of the Hulu thing. All right, cool. I'll come down to the $10 plan. Fuck you. I'll keep this fucking $6. Then I do it, and it's like, well, your other plan, you're not eligible for the Hulu thing because your other plan runs for another 14 days. Go fuck you.
Go suck it, Hulu.
You know what I mean? Exactly.
Suck it, Spotify.
If I ever see the person who runs Hulu, I'm gonna kick him, pile drive him on the street.
Here's what you do. You go on YouTube and you just watch all the videos for the songs you were gonna fucking listen to on Spotify.
I'm on my way.
Oh, and you get the cool video. And if you put the subtitles on, you get subtitles that are
Don't make sense,
totally
baby.
fucking nonsensical because they can't figure out because the computer algorithm can't really figure that out yet. Not quite there yet.
It's fine.
That's one of my favorite things to do is like I have subtitles turned on sometimes just because when I scroll through, I can instead of like if I'm at an open mic or whatever, I'll just scroll through and when you hover over it, it starts playing the video now, which I think is fucking awesome. But I'll read the subtitles and they try to translate like these. I'll watch like Brazilian jiu-jitsu tutorials and it's dudes with really thick Brazilian accents. Subtitles nonsensical. It's hilarious.
On YouTube, you're
Yeah.
saying? I don't think that's auto-generated. I think
it is.
People put those in.
Really?
I think it's auto-generated.
There is an auto-generated one because people send us photos all the time of our
Are we being
captions
messed up?
being terrible.
Just total.
But then you can submit if you're like, I'm committed to this and I want it to be awesome. You can go do that.
We are not.
We can't upload the shows on time or to the right places most of the time. Like we have bigger problems than fucking
We
captioning
have
right now.
had 4 days without incident that I know of.
That you know of.
Yeah.
You don't know a lot of things.
I don't pay
You're all
attention.
excited that this fucking Burn Blue has a little thing next to it. You don't even understand how that works.
It's cute. It's a hashtag.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been your post show. Mainly Greg trying to figure out Spotify and Hulu. If you like that, thanks for your support. If you didn't like it, thanks for your support anyway. We already got you. Too late.
You idiot.
Can't take back what's already been given. A
Let me
lot
know
like
if you
this
want
fucking
Joey's
Spotify
login.
Netflix stuff. Yeah, if you want Joey's login, DM her.
Nope.
Don't do that.
We'll just tweet at her
Don't
publicly.
call her Stinky Joe if you do.
That will not endear you to her.
Until next time, even though if you're watching live, remember we do have a Patreon Q&A coming up right after this pretty much. It's been our pleasure to serve you.
Joey's gonna fucking quit one day.
I know.
She's just
They
gonna
all
quit.
will. They all will.
Kevin won't.